Well, hello and welcome to St. Ansgar, Iowa. Candle Genius here with Not Your Average Joe. Joining us a little later on is going to be Night Owl. We are starting with the men's JV, followed by the men's varsity. St. Ansgar versus Riceville. We're going to be back here shortly with the start of this one, so don't go anywhere. Oh, yeah!
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe, buying crop insurance was hard. There's a better way to buy crop insurance. You got to get to know Joe.
The worst place to watch a game is under the bleachers, said a wise fellow named Seymour Butts. With local schools going cashless entry only, you don't want to end up on the outside looking in because you weren't able to buy a ticket. When you add an FSB debit card to your mobile wallet, you'll have an easy, secure way to buy your ticket online or at the gate. So take it from Seymour and stop by FSB today.
Focus Insurance Team, safeguarding our neighbors in northern Iowa and southern Minnesota from risk.
Thank you, Damaris Hardware, for your generous contributions to keep Saints TV free to watch for those who are unable to cheer from the stands. We're getting started on this one. JV Boys, St. Ansgar versus Riceville. I'd say we're county rivals, except the school itself is actually in Howard County.
In Howard. But pretty close.
Pretty close.
Pretty close. Good group of Riceville Wildcats come to town. We'll talk about that throughout the night tonight, but kind of looking through stats and stuff, this Should be a couple of really good basketball games here. JV style to start it off. Maddie Clev out there for the Saints, along with Griffin Brum, Hudson Sparrow, Mason Beeland, and Zachary Jensen are your starting 5 for the Saints. Looks like this Riceville JV squad coached over there by Coach Conway. Got Coach Zipsy and Klein in the chairs for the Saints. A little trouble on the tip, get it sorted out. Saints have the basketball. We've seen the JV lineup kind of trying to find themselves here over the last couple of games. You know, they've with a whole week in between those first 2 games. We've had some different lineups, different guys out on the court. So this is, I believe, a different starting 5 perhaps than we saw last week. So do a couple different things with rotation. Like I said, trying to find that best lineup.
Early in the season. And man, oh man, we are busy in this season.
For sure.
So quick already.
Saints turn the Wildcats over. Hudson Sparrow for 3. Misses. Rebound. Beeland kind of saves it back in. Yeah, Clevenger gets it. Offensive foul called on the Saints. Give that one to Matt, his first, and the Saints first. Clevenger a little aggressive on that save, apparently, was the call.
You know, I think the bound listing says that we're going to be doing replays tonight. We're trying something different with the camera. We've been working on our camera a little bit. We've got a new spot up here. That's kind of nice. We got a little kind of spacious little Saints TV suite, we should call it. We should probably just like sell opportunities to be part of this suite up here
right
with us. Be part of the commentary. But anyways, we got some room up here in the corner of the gym, but the camera itself is posted in the middle of this gymnasium. Nice job, Maddie Clevenger, on the layup there.
Little putback for Maddie Clev. Gets the rebound and the putback, and the Saints have tied it up.
So in this version of the camera, it is mounted on a tripod. We're not there to protect it. That's kind of different. So you see occasionally shakes in the camera like, oh, what's going on there? Well, people are sitting down next to it, maybe bumping the tripod. Who even knows exactly? But the goal is, if this works tonight, and so far it looks like it's going to work tonight.
Saints
then,
a lot of second chance points here. 2 rebounds on that possession, but can't get the shot to fall. Yeah, a good setup. Going to be kind of fun to try this one out.
Yeah, well, so we'll get the camera mounted not on the bleachers so we can keep a nice steady shot. But with that, we promise you replays today. They're not going to happen. We don't have what we need for replays today, but we're going to make it happen for tomorrow night's game versus North Butler right here. North Butler, right?
I believe that's correct. I always take this basketball season one day at a time.
Well, I'm with you. And those days go so fast.
They do. They sure do. A little substitution there after a player injury, I think, is what we had going on there. 5 is Bethke for the Wildcats. 4 is Vance. Travel is the call. Number 15, that's Danon Conway. Number 21, Andrew Moore. And 12 is Weston Heeman. That looks like that's your 5 on the court for the Wildcats.
Conway from Riceville. That's a familiar name.
That is. That is. So I believe Papa Conway is the coach over there, looks like. He's also the baseball coach. Griffin Brum's 3 won't go. Hudson Sparrow skies in for the rebound, but gets called for the foul. I thought it was clean. I liked it. You know, here's what we got going on tonight. A little insight here for you. This is a varsity officiating crew, and these are JV guys that are used to kind of, you can get by with that. So good opportunity for these JV guys to be officiated by a crew that's not going to allow that to go, right? They just coming off a JJV game the other night where kind of everything kind of worked, and tonight that would be called a little tighter, a little closer to the old vest here tonight. Jensen with the shot doesn't go. Beeland gets the rebound, puts it back up. That won't go. Maddie Clev's shot doesn't go. A rebound pulled down by the Wildcats, and then a foul called on that rebound. Saints are going to have to clean that up. I think they give that one to Beeland. So Maddie, Mason, and I'm updating my sheet. Hudson all have fouls in the early going here.
And can you, one of the things I was wondering about earlier as I was thinking about this camera angle that we have here, Joe, can you see the fouls on the board?
No, I cannot. Okay. So that might be something we'll have to.
Well, we could, you know what? We can use our own camera. We can use our own camera to check in on that stuff. Although I'm not sure I'm going to be able to see
We aren't going to be able to see points for
our side.
Yeah. Well, we'll come up with a solution there, I bet.
I'll figure it out.
Well, think about that.
Got to mount a mirror somewhere or something.
There you
I'm
go.
not sure. We'll get it.
Substitutions for the Saints. Enter Zach of all trades. Zachary Eckel, number 33, out on the court for the Saints. And then one of the number 3s, I need to get my binoculars out to tell the difference. I believe that's the Schwiesau version of 3.
Yeah, with the hair looking so much the same. Trey Johans and Mr. Porter Schwiesau.
It looks like Trey's not suited tonight, so maybe that'll make it easier. We'll just assume he's the varsity 3. How about that for tonight? Hard foul up top. Second one on Clevenger. Two low-scoring affair. The Saints have had all kinds of opportunities, second chance points, but the lid is firmly attached at this end. Good feed inside. Conway for 3, misses everything. Rebound, Schwiesau. Brum. Got it inside. Sparrow covered up smartly, gets it back outside. Conway with the steal inside. He'll bring it up for the Wildcats. Bethke's short jumper doesn't go. Rebound, Eckwall.
Zachary pass to JT Red.
JT.
Was able to jump and grab that thing.
I miss JT as a sub. He's in there as well. Out of bounds there. Pass a little too hot to handle. So we started with the big lineup. Now we're going to go small. Or smaller, anyway.
Well,
this big group of boys, this freshman, sophomore group is tall, strong, all those good things. They're still forgetting football and learning to play basketball again. That's why some of these games have gotten a little physical.
That shot is going to give Riceville the lead.
I missed the shooter there. Did you see who that was?
I did not.
Missed it as well. My apologies. Out of bounds, off the Saints.
Have a hard time
Wildcat
getting
basketball.
that one across half court. I may have missed that one just with the camera angle.
Good pressure there, just solid defense from the Wildcats. Good for the Saints to have to do that. Play with the, like I said, varsity officials, play with a little pressure. That's how you get better, and that's why they play these games. Landon Hillman inside. That one goes.
Hillman makes that one looks easy. Take the pass, just turn, shoot.
He does
Point.
that so well. It's almost like he watched his brother do that last year a bunch of times. And sister before that. That's the key for that. When you got that height advantage, just use it. Just turn and shoot. Turnover.
Absolutely.
Saints come away with it. JT Red at the top of the key. Oh, he thought about it. No, he pulled the trigger. Missed. Short. Rebound more for the Wildcats.
Nothing but black jerseys around to rebound that one.
Inside there, shots made by Kyle Vance. Vance gives the Wildcats a 6-4 lead. Steal by Conway. He lays it up, but it's blocked by Schwiesau. Conway steals it back, gets blocked again. I believe that one's off of Hillman. It is. So 2 block shots in a row for the Saints, but the ball will stay with Riceville. Good defense by the Saints.
Yes, we saw grab that rebound, and as he's falling out of bounds, has to try and pass it up there.
Right.
But that hand is up, and
travel underneath on the inbound play, so that'll be a turnover. Riceville, Saints basketball. Trenton will bring it up for the Saints. Shimmick in for the Saints.
Oh,
Number 2,
there's a
good
shot.
feed
There's a play.
inside. Schwiesau finds Hillman. Hillman lays it up and in, and the Saints tied at 6. 30 seconds left to go in the fastest first quarter in the history of basketball.
The fastest first quarter.
That was quick. It feels like it was quick. These JV quarters do go fast. They're only 6 minutes long. It's part of that, but they also, seems like that clock runs a lot in these games. A lot of turnovers, and it keeps the clock running. Speaking of turnovers, Riceville's turn to turn it over. Down to 10 seconds on the clock. Saints look to take the last shot here. Can take the lead, their first lead of the game. Porter Schwiesow drives, gives the Saints the lead with his first bucket of the night, and it's 8-6 Saints as we head into the second quarter.
It is amazing how fast these quarters go. I was just watching the 7th and 8th grade boys game, and obviously the kids at that level, they're still learning, they're still growing, and you see little things happen like travels, like, they're sliding their feet or whatever, and the referee, they're just letting it go, right? These kids, they got to learn these things, but we're not going to call it every time we see it. It was not a big deal. Obviously, I think the refs are letting some of this, I'll say typically in the JV game, they'll let some of that slide.
Yep, exactly.
And, of course, a 6-minute quarter it's only 2 minutes shorter than the varsity, except it does go so much faster because the clock just keeps on ticking.
Right, and they call a few, like I said, a few less of those little things that will keep the clock rolling, and you have to do that to some extent, right? You still have to play the game, especially like I said, watching the junior high. If we called all of that, we wouldn't really play a basketball game. It would just be procedural the whole time. So I think that's part of why you see that. And good way for the kids to learn as we go.
Agreed.
We promised a good game. We got a good start. 8-6. Saints take their first lead on a Schwiesow drive and bucket as the first quarter expired. Changes again for the Saints. We've got Jackson Vroom out there. Is going to join Shimmick, Trenton, Schwiesow, and Hillman.
I want to thank Box KB for sponsoring Saints TV, one of many great sponsors, as well as Freeman Welding, another great sponsor, one of our newest sponsors for Saints TV.
Shimmick with the steal.
JT Red is just I think everyone thinks he's a little taller than he is tonight.
Yes, yep, exactly. He's 6'2" in the book, and they've taken it to heart. We talked about it, how big he plays in football. Maybe they think he plays that big in basketball,
That might be.
Conway passes it off to Bethke for the long three. That's short, but the rebound kicks to Moore and stays with the Wildcats. Bethke, nice move inside, but the little bunny won't go. Hillman with a rebound. Saints run the offense the other way.
Jax to the max.
Got it.
Wish I had a sound effect built for that one, but that was Jax to the max with a three-pointer.
Jackson Broom gets on the board with his first points of the night. The Saints have 4 guys with points tonight. We've seen that. It's been a common thread early in this season where they kind of spread the scoring around.
Oh, that was a nice no-look pass.
Almost.
Hillman couldn't quite gather that.
Yep. That was a pretty pass. Just can't quite complete it. Good hustle there. Trenton's on the floor creating the jump ball.
Yeah,
Saints get the jump ball.
He recognized the opportunity.
Dylan Nunez Rodriguez, number 23, on the court for the Saints. Vroom gets it to Schwiesow. Trenton with the wide open three. No good. Rebound by Bethke and the Wildcats.
Nice arc on that ball. I thought for sure that thing was dropping.
I did too. Looked good. And you got to shoot that. Your shooter's got to shoot. Wide open threes, take them. We'll ask Night Owl when he gets here very shortly. About to be joined in the booth by a special guest tonight. If you tuned into a football broadcast, you know who Night Owl is. Landon Hillman puts it up and in, and the Saints extend their lead to 13-6. Landon Hillman has 6 tonight.
Wow. Attaboy, Lando.
Conway floater, no good. Rebound Hillman.
Nice rebound by Hillman.
Nice pass, too, out to JT. JT could move in the lane, misses the shot, but Landon Hillman gets the rebound. Kicks it out to Schwiesow for 3. Short. Rebound. Vroom. Vroom's shot won't go. Rebound. Rodriguez. His shot won't go. And eventually, Vance and the Wildcats bring down the rebound. Coach Conway wants a timeout. Saw too many offensive rebounds there. I think he's going to be talking about boxing out, perhaps, in the huddle here.
He might be. You know, we talk about that all the time, like taking the shots if your guys aren't rebounding and that's your only chance, like you got to make sure you're taking only the best shots. But the Saints there, rebound. They don't get the points,
Right.
but getting that rebound practice in and recognizing that at some point those shots are going to fall, it will make a difference in this game.
And good to see, like you said, if the shot's not going to go getting the offensive rebounds, the next best thing. The Saints have 87 offensive rebounds in the first quarter and a half. If you're just joining us on Saints TV, we exaggerate sometimes here. I think that might be one of the...
With confidence.
Yeah, because we, I don't really know how many offensive rebounds, but it's a lot. There was 3 on that possession alone. Zach Jensen on the court.
Hey, you want to see our
Looks
new
like
booth?
Schwiesau takes a seat.
There's our new booth right there. Hello, America. Welcome to Saints TV. Oh, we're back.
We're back.
Ready to go in here.
I always say I'm here to look pretty, but I don't really want to be on camera.
I don't blame you for that.
Good defense by Jensen, way out top. Good pass inside, though. They find Vance, do the Wildcats. He lays it up and in, and he'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play. The old-fashioned way.
That was a good play offensively. Now, if you're a Saints fan, you probably did find that play offensive, but that was a very good offensive play by Riceville. Get the ball in, and he just happens to pick up a foul on the shot as well.
Vance's free throw is good. And the Wildcats are within 4. Good pressure, but the Saints break that little press. Vroom kicks it back out. Jensen gets called for the double dribble. Again, that's one of those probably works in a JV game normally, or a JJV game for sure. You just kind of hard to see. A lot of times they're going to let that one go. Not tonight.
No, sir.
He'll learn from that, which is good. Again, I'm not complaining about the officiating. I think that's great. Let's turn it up a little bit in some of these games so you get used to that, because we hope these guys are varsity players someday soon, right?
You got it.
So the Saints will set up the offense again after the turnover on the other end. A little more patient this possession. The last one seemed a little frantic. That didn't play in the Saints' favor.
No. Saints could use some points here. Shot clock not running for this JV game.
Vroom shot won't go. It's short. Rebound by number 12, Weston Heeman. Nice feed there inside to Kyle Vance. Gets his second bucket in a row. Wildcats within 2. The Saints had a 7-point lead.
That's a good play right there. They're kind of ganging up on JT Red out there, not really letting them get across half court. And in doing so, they left some guys open underneath.
Yeah, and Hillman did a nice job of making that extra pass. He could have taken it up, but would have been contested. Instead, he finds Jensen, who was pretty well wide open, could lay it right in. Missed shot, rebound, Hillman. Landon's had a great start to this JV season. Ooh. Jensen shot won't go. Rebound fought for by Trenton, and Conway going to be ruled off of Trenton. The Wildcats will inbound.
Here, Coach Collin, find a good shot. We got a minute left in this first half of this one.
So both teams preaching patience right now. Set up the offense, run the offense. Matt Clevenger back on the court for the Saints. He joins Vroom, Jensen, Hillman, and Trenton. Bethke feeds the ball inside to Heeman. Heeman's shot is no good, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line, shoot 2. 47 seconds left in this first half. Weston Heeman at the line, shooting 2. Weston's first one is up and good. His sisters probably taught him to shoot free throws. Both great basketball players at Riceville. Second one off the old bank board, as we call it.
The bank board, yes.
And in. Banks open, 15-13. Weston makes them both. JT into the lane. Wild shot won't go. Rebound, though. Fought for. Jump ball is the call. Riceville basketball on the jump ball. So the Wildcats, with 33 seconds left on the clock, can tie it up going into half here. I would guess they're going to be very patient here. Look for that open shot. Not necessarily holding for the last shot, but if they can, all the better.
JT Red all over him defensively.
Turnover, Wildcats. It's that closely guarded call. So, turnover.
What did happen there?
Yeah, that you can be closely guarded by, honestly, I don't know if it's 5 seconds or 10 seconds, can't remember. But at some point, if you don't pass it and there's someone on you, that is a call that, again, a varsity ref is going to make.
Got it. Well,
6
double
seconds.
dribbles the call there with 6 seconds
Yeah.
to go. Saints have a chance here to increase that lead before the half.
Hillman's shot won't go. Rebound, Wildcats. Long three won't go, and that will do it for the first half. The Saints lead the Wildcats 15-13.
And with that, we're going to take a brief commercial break. I see the clock is set for 10 minutes. I'm going to guess that's going to be about our halftime length. I'm going to take this opportunity to hear from our sponsors. Thank you, Saints TV sponsors, for contributing to keep Saints TV free to watch for those who are unable to cheer from the stands. We'll be back right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe, buying crop insurance was hard. There's a better way to buy crop insurance. You got to get to know Joe.
The worst place to watch a game is under the bleachers, said a wise fellow named Seymour Butts. With local schools going cashless entry only, you don't want to end up on the outside looking in because you weren't able to buy a ticket. When you add an FSB debit card to your mobile wallet, you'll have an easy, secure way to buy your ticket online or at the gate. So take it from Seymour and stop by FSB today.
Focus Insurance Team, safeguarding our neighbors in northern Iowa and southern Minnesota from risk.
It's Saints TV's goal to bring the game to those who are unable to cheer from the stands. Watching the stream is free. Creating it is not. Please consider donating to our cause through our donation partner, Give Butter. 100% of your donation goes directly to the St. Ansgar school system, where it is used for the education of our students, the equipment used to create these streams, and the athletic department so that our students can keep competing in the sports that are near to their hearts. Thank you for supporting St. Ansgar, and thank you for giving butter.
This broadcast is made possible thanks to the generous contributions of the advertisers you see here, as well as the Foundation for the Enhancement of Mitchell County and the Saints Legacy Fund.
Every single job that we do, either one or both of the owners are on the roof overseeing and often installing the products, which is something that we really pride ourselves on and make sure that we're going above and beyond.
Thank you, Patterson Seed and St. Ansgar, for your generous contributions to Saints TV. For more information on how Patterson Seed can help you get higher yields, contact Mike Patterson at mike@pattersonseed.com.
The Mitchell County Substance Abuse Coalition creates awareness of the impact of substance abuse and encourages change through collaborative prevention. SAC meets on day of each month at 4 p.m. at the Mitchell County Courthouse in Osage. We are looking for new members to join the coalition to work together to build healthy communities within Mitchell County.
Getting vaccinated not only protects one person from getting sick, but it also helps to prevent spreading the disease to others. Call Mitchell County Public Health at 641-832-3500 for all of your vaccination needs.
Did you know that EJ has an app available to download in your app store for free? We can't wait to hear how you like it. Search Enterprise Journal and look for our logo, you know the one, or scan the QR code below. It's so easy, even a child could do it.
The Canine Cabin Kenneling and Pet Services proudly supports our Saints athletes.
St. Ansgar is a thriving community in north central Iowa with a lot to offer. Founded in 1853 by a group of Norwegian immigrant farmers, St. Ansgar is a small town with culture, character, and charm. Known as the Garden Spot of Iowa, it is a wonderful place to grow your family or business. You might not expect all the wonderful amenities you'll find here. Within our shops, you'll find unique gifts, home decor, collectibles, and antiques. You'll also find restaurants, outdoor activities, and events. St. Ansgar is a great place to visit any time of the year, and we take pride in our schools. Our youth are provided the highest quality education in a secure, positive, and challenging environment, empowering all students to reach their full potential. St. Ansgar welcomes visitors and newcomers with open...
It's been a wonderful experience having our kids come to We Saints. Each child is taken care of like they're our own kids.
I'm really excited about the future for We Saints.
We're excited to get a grant for this expansion, and we'll be able to take 50 more children once our expansion is complete.
Our community has been incredibly supportive, whether it be from donations or people just banding together to help out with small projects.
The staff are friendly, the atmosphere is great, and there's a great daily structure.
Stacyville Kids Care is very important to the community because it helps bring in young families in the community, which in turn helps our small businesses and our community overall.
We are striving for greatness and pushing all the boundaries to be great.
We try to give every child what they need developmentally, emotionally, socially.
My favorite thing about bringing her to Kids Care has been the vocabulary that she brings home.
Hey, that daycare in Stacyville ad that we're just kind of watching there, and I apologize for interrupting, but we're about ready to go to the second half here. St. Andrews State Bank was gracious enough to contribute, I'll say, that ad on the behalf of both St. Ansgar and Stacyville Daycare. So
awesome.
Thank you, State Bank, for making that happen.
And two great daycares, right, in our two local communities. Lucky to have both of them.
Great daycares. We really are lucky to have them. Hey, speaking of lucky to have them, we got a guest.
A special guest joining us in the new Saints TV booth is Night Owl. Also known as, for those of you at home, Mr. Carson Sparrow. Carson, thanks for joining us tonight. You joined us on the football broadcast, filled in, I think, for Mr. Kendall Genius one night. Did such a great job. He's home here on break, so we invited him up here tonight to be our third microphone. There he is, right there.
Where's the camera at there?
It's looking
right
there.
There it is.
So thanks for joining us there, Night Owl, also known as Carson Sparrow. He's going to help us call the second half of this JV game, and then stay with us for the varsity game. So thanks for being here.
Yes, sir. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, obviously, he can provide some perspective that we can't, and as somebody who's played the game more recently than 35 years ago. So we appreciate that.
Yeah, in my case, I'm still waiting to play the game.
You
It may
just
be a little
saving
late.
your time.
Maybe a little
I
late.
was in 4th grade the last time I played, so it's, Beeland gets it back to Sparrow. Sparrow with a nice pass inside. The good ball movement
Got some
here.
good ball movement.
You've got Brum, Clevenger, Jensen, Sparrow, and Beeland. Those are your 5.
No shot clock for JV, right?
Right, they just leave it off. The
Yeah.
coaches decide pre-game what they're going to do, and when we got later in the season last year, a couple of times JV turned the old shot clock on, which I think is good. Again, get them used to it a little later. Sparrow with the steal. Well defended by Conway, but he lays it up and in and gets fouled. He'll go to the line, try to make it a 3-point play.
I tell you what, Sparrow was cold until Night Owl got here. This is good.
might
Night
be
Owl's-
the good luck charm
I
he
think so.
needed.
I'm
Get him
feeling that's the
started.
case.
Hudson with his first bucket of the night. Can he add the free throw?
I'm sure he can. He just works on those things nonstop. He's shooting free throws in his sleep, this kid.
It's funny the other night when Mason made those 2 in a row in the JJV game, I got a text from older brother Max that said, ask him who taught him that, because those two used to go out in the shed, do the same thing, and argue about who could make the most free throws in a row, and they would shoot, 20 in a row and count how many they made out of 20 and play a little game every night. So practice makes perfect.
Guess who has the free throw record right now for St. Ansgar?
Who is that?
Max Beeland.
Is that right?
As a percentage, right?
As a
Percentage,
percentage.
yes.
Made, what, 85 point
Something
something
like
percent
that,
of his
yeah.
free throws last year of that team?
Testament to the basketball hoop in the barn.
In the barn, that's
Yeah.
right. Yep. Yeah, if you want to. A lot of these sports require a lot of practice, a lot of repetition, don't they?
For sure.
Speaking of repetition, there was a big guy from, I don't know, Fayette, Iowa, hitting in my barn today.
No.
Man, he was hitting base. He was standing like it was, have you ever seen Happy Gilmore where he takes those baseballs off the middle of his chest to get ready for hockey season? That's what Night Owl was doing in my shed tonight. Zach Jensen with a nice move and a bucket. So here's what we learned is that machine throws so slowly for him now. He has to stand halfway to it just to simulate something, a reasonable speed for him.
I was told by coach to get some velo days in, so.
You got some velo days in today. Wow. Foul called. Mystery foul. I can say that because they called it on my kid. Good position, Mason. Yeah, well, he just blew the whistle, and then he pointed at the other ref like, you decide who you want to give it to. I think he gave it to Mason.
Well, I thought I saw 5 on one hand.
Okay, maybe it was 50 then. Either way, an undeserved foul, in my opinion.
Oh, good play. Huddy gets fouled.
He sure does.
Yeah.
Going to go back to the line to prove those free throw skills this time.
Fun fact: while we were talking about my basketball playing days, which have yet to happen, but as I was setting this up, Kenzie Peterson was finishing basketball, and she says, "Hey, Sparrow, Candle Genius, how about a game of one-on-one?" And I was like, "How about I'm not interested in getting broken." Thanks for the invite, but no.
Do you think it's possible we jinxed Hudson with all this free throw talk?
I'll zoom out a little bit. I think that'll help.
That'll help. There it is. That's what we needed. It's our fault, Hudson.
Yep. Sorry, pal.
Sorry about that. But he makes the second. It is 20-13 Saints. Your lineup for the Wildcats looks like this. 5 is Bethke. 12 is Heeman. 4, Kyle Vance. 40 for Nicolasi. And 12 is Weston Heeman.
Nice
Stolen
steal.
away. Zach Jensen with the steal. Brum with it in the corner. Good ball movement. Jensen at the free throw line. No good. Rebound by Heeman.
Going out of bounds.
A little strong on the pass, going the other way. Saints ball. So a couple of things. If you can hear the sound of my voice and you think it's a little cold, maybe no reason to come down to the school tonight to watch, that is not true, because there's great reasons to come here tonight for this varsity game. Number one is we'll buy you a bag of popcorn. And by we, I mean the Mitchell County Farm Bureau. We'll take credit, but Mitchell County Farm Bureau, thank you to them. They are sponsoring the popcorn tonight. So free popcorn here in St. Ansgar. Come on down for the varsity game and get yourself a free bag of popcorn on the Mitchell County Farm Bureau. While you're there, when you come in, you can sign up to win an opportunity to shoot a basket to make $100. Again, sponsored by the Mitchell County Farm Bureau. Cash prize involved in this one that you're not going to want to miss.
Zach of all trades with the turnaround jump shot there.
Always Zach. So you're going to want to get down here. Come on down. You can sign up. Basketball best shot. Like I said, that's at halftime of the varsity game. Boys only tonight. No girls games tonight. So it's boys only. This will go quickly. This is already into the third quarter. And halftime of the varsity game, they're going to choose an adult and a student, I believe. You answer a couple of ag questions that will determine where you shoot your shot from. Sign up is in the cafeteria here when you enter the building, and you could win $100.
$100.
So thank you, Mitchell County Farm Bureau, for sponsoring all that tonight. Make sure you get down here and participate.
So we're in Osage the other night. Night Owl, you're there with us, right?
I was there, yeah.
They were doing the halftime shot thing. Did they do that both games or just one?
Just the Varsity Boys game.
Varsity Boys, okay. And we didn't know what it was. We didn't know what it was for, and heck, even Pancho was there, and I don't know, he thought that maybe he was going to have a chance to shoot out. There was a little confusion, but the gentleman that made it, we thought it was a $100,000 scholarship, but he did actually, he chimed in later, actually, after the stream was over, and said, no, it was $100. But, yes, he does have ice in his veins.
They made the shot over at Osage the other night.
Yep,
so pressure's on. If you come in here tonight, make that thing.
Yep.
Zach of all trades, Matt Clevenger, Jackson Vroom, Sideline Gritty, also known as Griffin Brum, and Landon Hillman are 5 for the Saints.
Sideline Gritty.
Who became end zone Gritty.
He did become.
How many of the Saints players have points tonight?
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys with points, led by Lando Hill with 6. Zach Jensen has 4. Hudson Sparrow has 3. Jackson Vroom has 3. Matt Clevenger 2. And Porter Schwiesau 2.
It's just a pass, and a pretty good one at that.
Yeah, it turned out very well
Tell me if I'm wrong, but that might be indicative of some good team basketball right there.
I think it is.
Indubitably, it is indicative of good team basketball.
We'll talk about that for the varsity game, but you're going to see the same thing tonight at the varsity level. Both of these teams regularly play 10 players. So we're going to see a bunch of rotating in the varsity game. Short shot for Clevenger won't go, and then I'm afraid they call him for the foul on the rebound. They do. His
Clevenger had a nice rebound prior to that. The shot doesn't go, and then, of course, he gets the foul. So Clevenger involved, and not the way he wants to be, I guess. But stay with it, young man.
Yep. I like the aggressive nature of it all. It'll work. A little too much room in the lane for Bethke, and he makes him pay. Lays it up and in. 22-17. After the Saints led by as many as 9. The Wildcats cut it to 5.
Good drive. Just missed.
That's all touch, right?
Yeah.
Great job by Hillman to get that rebound. And another.
Landon Hillman, the rebound machine. Eckwall misses the 3. Rebound by the Wildcats and Nicolazzi. Bethke for 3. No good. Rebound Conway. Kicks it out for 3 to Hatley, and he buries it. Don't look now. The Wildcats are within 2.
Those 3-pointers are so impactful, aren't they, Night Owl?
They definitely are, if you make them.
Another second opportunity for the Saints with a Landon Hillman rebound. And Landon Hillman pays it off with a bucket. You like to see a guy rewarded for good work on the glass like that, right?
I think so.
It's like the girls' game last night where Osage was doing really good when they were making the threes and struggling when they weren't.
Nice feed from Schwiesau. And Landon Hillman has his 10th point of the night, 4 in the last 30 seconds. Saints stretched the lead back to 6 after they'd cut it to 2.
And rebound by Landon Hillman.
His 87th of the night.
He's doing a great job there under the basket. How about that?
Nice feed from Vroom to find an open Hillman at the block. He misses the short shot, but he missed it because he had a guy hanging on both arms. So he gets to go to the line because you can't do that, as some student bodies remind us. I think we'll hear that this year yet. My favorite chant. Don't know why it's ear-piercing to me, but it is.
Well, you're bound to hear it tomorrow night.
I think it is tomorrow night where we hear it.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
What's going on tomorrow night?
North Butler visits us in this gymnasium. If there's one thing we know about North Butler,
it's
their
better than
student
going there.
section brings it.
It's
Yeah,
better
and it's
than going
better
there
than playing
to
in
their
their
gym.
dungeon.
Yeah.
No doubt. Hillman misses both of them. And I say that affectionately. I'm not picking on their gym. That's a home court advantage dungeon.
It is.
I mean, that's a positive
100%.
thing. Because they play very well in that gym.
They do, and I'll tell you what, we went there, what's that? It was North Butler last year, wasn't it, we went to? And
that's 2 years ago.
2 years ago, okay. I might be thinking West Fork. They were very hospitable.
Shimmy just misses the 3. But Landon Hillman gets the rebound. Vroom's three-pointer at the buzzer won't go. But the Saints take a 26-20 lead into the fourth quarter. 4 up. I don't know. That's a football thing. Sorry.
Yeah, North Butler's gym may be the worst gym to play in. If I had
As
to
a
rank them.
visitor?
As a visitor, yes.
Because of the home gym advantage. For them.
Students are on the court.
Feels,
it feels small. The ceiling feels short, does it not?
It does. It feels dark. It's like completely opposite to here. This place just feels like bright.
Yeah.
That place I think they had like broken lights last time we were there or something.
They did. Some of those were not working.
Well, I think we talked about it going into it, and then we realized that maybe they had been fixed, something like that. But again, if you're preparing yourself to play in a dark gymnasium, and then you come back and these lights were a little better, like maybe you're thrown off there too.
And we did do that. We went to the elementary gym.
Did you really?
To practice being in a darker gym.
That's awesome.
That's smart. That's just good coaching.
Well, I am short a bucket. Who should we give it to? I think it's either Matt's or Landon's.
Well,
Landon,
you got Zach of all trades.
Zach?
Right? I'm just thinking of the guys that maybe only had one.
Of all trades, that's who I missed.
Is that the one?
Thank you.
You bet.
You're all over it.
I'm just trying to think of like the memorable buckets. The guys who just had a bucket that.
Yep,
You know,
no,
obviously
you're spot
Lando
on.
would be
That's the
tough
one I
'cause he had
missed.
6 early, so it's going to be because I think he's had a couple since then.
Yep, so I've got him to 10. I think the 10 is correct for Lando. Zach was the one I was missing. Thank you.
JT Red all over this offense right now. He's running all over.
He's the hustle guy.
He is.
He is a hustle guy.
Foul on the shot, so Bethke will go to the line to shoot 2. A freshman here, good-looking freshman, number 5 for the Wildcats. I don't think he has taken a seat yet tonight. He's been out there the whole time and played very well for the Wildcats. Makes the first.
Smooth shot.
Yeah, he just moves really well. You know, you can tell, especially on the basketball court. Sometimes in football and in baseball, you don't get a chance to see all that. But on the basketball court, if you are fluid and move really well, it shows up. And he does that. What call did we get there?
He stepped on the line.
Stepped on the line, thank you. I did not see it. So turnover, Wildcats. A little pressure on JT. He says, I'll just pass it ahead then.
Yeah, with all those defenders on JT, you just got to find there's going to be guys open, right? Find that guy. And
Hillman misses. Vroom with the rebound, goes right back up with it very smartly, and he gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Vroom's first free throw is no good. Little strong at the back of the iron.
if you're just joining us, a little shake in the camera because we're doing things differently tonight, and people stepping on the bleachers equals a little bit of camera shake, but we'll have her fixed by tomorrow night. We got a plan for it.
Now that we know this works, we got a permanent mounting solution.
Yes,
right?
we do. Mount it to the wall so that folks who are walking the bleachers won't be able to impact it. That's the plan.
Nice move by the Wildcats.
Oof.
The Saints cannot corral the rebound. It goes out of bounds, so it'll go back to Riceville here.
Shimmick and JT Red kind of collide on that one.
Matt Clevenger back on the floor for the Saints. He's playing with 3 fouls by my count.
Let me understand this, Joe. Not only are you calling the game, but you're running your own stats. And
at least some,
running
trying
the
to.
timeline.
Yeah, we're not doing any of it very well, but I'm doing all of it sort of. So
Jack of all trades.
Yeah. Bethke back to the line, shoot 2 again.
He's kind of a Joe of all trades.
Joe of all trades. Yeah. Who'd they give that foul to? Now, after that compliment, I was so busy patting myself on the back, I missed who they gave the foul to.
Well, I apologize for that.
I'm really not sure either.
You know, let's say it was on.
Well, was Zach in the game?
JT Red, because they took Red out, so it's got to be him. How's that?
I like that.
All right, we're going with it. Bethke makes both, and the Wildcats are within 4. Good job by breaking that press. Made it look easy. Schweiss out for 3.
Bang.
Got it. Nice shot from Porter Schweiss.
That's beauty.
He's got 5 tonight. Ooh. Foul called. Push.
Can't see the number from here.
I believe they gave that one to Matty Kleb, number 4.
4 for Clev.
By my count, that's 4 for the young man. He'll have to play carefully for the last 4:42. No one told him he had 4, so I must have counted wrong, because usually the coaches are all over that saying, hey, Matt, that's 4. Be careful.
Well, that may be a new coaching strategy to not tell him that. Oh, here's
it must
how you
be
tell
4.
him.
That's how
here's
you
how you tell him.
Yep.
Hey, you tell him as you're going in to replace him.
Right. Right. First free throw is good. Second one by Nicolazzi is good. And the Wildcats within 5 again. They've had it to 5. The Saints seem to always answer and push it back. The press is not working. The Saints break it easily and should have made them pay with an easy basket, but the pass isn't handled under the hoop, out of bounds, but to the Saints. So they'll try again. That's the key, right? When you can break that press like that, you got to make them pay for it. Nice pass from Schweiss out of room. But the bunny doesn't go. And the Wildcats can cut into that 5-point lead. 3, no good. Rebound. Vance
Hillman
blocked, maybe?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there is a nice follow-up to the stuff.
There
Hillman
you go.
with the score.
Is that his 13th right there?
That is Lando Hill, because he made one free throw, right?
Yep.
St. CV's very own Taco Cat, Hudson Sparrow, with a great feed to Hillman on that last one.
Travel's going to be the call. Turnover Saints after they get that rebound. 3:50 to go in this one. Good basketball game, 32-25, the Saints lead.
Have we checked out these shoes yet?
We have not. We've not had a real in-depth discussion. I like 44s. Those are my selection.
I think my favorite ones aren't even on the court right now.
Oh, I see them. I know where you're going.
Yeah. Was that 14 right there? Or
I think it's
15?
15, I think, because they don't have a 14. So I'm guessing that's 15. That's Danon Conway with
good
the
pass.
Oof.
Ambidextrous.
Oh. Neither shot goes, and Hatley comes away with it for the Wildcats, and they do a nice job of feeding Heeman inside. He lays it up and in. Good find there. Schwiesau into Jensen. That pass is picked off by Heeman. He's going out of bounds, so he tries to bounce it off of a Saint, but they rule him on the end line, so it'll stay with the Saints. Schwiesau will inbound it. Schwiesau shoot the 3. Just rims out. Rebound,
Oof.
Vance.
Porter with a steal.
Finds Hudson inside, but Hudson's short shot won't go. Jensen with the rebound. His shot doesn't go. Vance turns it over again. Hillman's shot won't go. Sparrow's shot won't go. Rebound, Hillman. And Hillman's fouled. 4 offensive rebounds this trip, and a steal in the middle.
Did Lando Hill just take that ball from him?
He just took it from him. You got it. Yep. That's exactly what I saw, too. Timeout on the floor. Looks like the Wildcats take the timeout. 2 minutes and 51 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. The Saints lead this one by 5. Landon Hillman, 13 points on the night, is your leading scorer for the Saints. Porter Schwiesau with 5. Zach Jensen with 4. Hudson Sparrow with 3. Jackson Broom with 3. Matt Clevenger with 2. Zach Eckwall with 2.
Now, what is the coach saying to these boys right now?
Probably just have good possessions. We're up right now. 2 minutes left.
So a shot after 30 seconds is probably a pretty good play here, right?
For sure.
Patience. And Riceville's going to do just the opposite. They're going to press a little bit, so perhaps they'll leave you open. Perhaps they'll foul you. Take advantage of that. Pass the ball around. Find a good shot. Like that. Landon Hillman.
Beautiful shot, Lando.
On the inbound. 34-27. Hillman has 15.
You know, the momentum, the speed has been working in favor of Riceville up to that timeout. So obviously just taking that timeout, slowing things down a little bit, talking to the kids, hey, look, you are in no hurry here. You got the lead.
Who tipped that?
I think that was sideline Gritty with the block. 3 won't go, but Vance is there with the putback. Hill, stop, pop. No good. Rebound, Conway.
There is a lid on that bucket. We saw it here in the first half. It seemed like Riceville was having a hard time scoring on that side.
Weston Heeman's shot won't go, but it's rebounded by Bethke. 3
Nice.
short. Rebound, Hillman.
Great job, Hillman, to recognize that thing is not going to hit the rim. Let's get up and get the rebound. Oof.
Turnover.
Sweet
Conway
fast
takes
break.
it away. Zach Jensen hustles back. Sideline Gritty with the hammer. If you're going to commit a foul, commit the foul. You know, I like it. Like, let's make sure he can't make this bucket.
Well, that's just it. If you're going to take the foul,
You just-
those
yeah.
are sure points if he doesn't get his hand in there. But he made it very clear that
Yeah.
You're not getting past me, mister.
Yeah.
In case you're wondering, those are the shoes right there.
They are the shoes right here at the free throw stripe. These are the ones we want to highlight. Dane Conway with the shoes of the night here in the JV game.
I thought they look a little like Crocs for a second.
Misses the first, the second one. Strong rims out, rebound Jensen. Timeout on the floor called by the Saints. Coach Zipsy wants to talk this one over. Again, my guess is slow down.
Yep.
Minute 46, 5-point lead here. Let's draw something up to get a good shot, good timeout by the Saints coaching staff.
Yeah, I don't disagree with the call. I think the coach is right. Call timeout. Let's slow things down. Let's get them back in our pace. Let's not do anything dumb. But I'll tell you what, Hudson Sparrow was about to dunk.
You could see
and
it.
he's like, Coach, why now?
I was open.
I just wanted to
Not sure what
dunk.
Hudson Sparrow's vertical is, but I'm sure it's around 12 inches, I'm pretty sure.
Well, yeah, so you're saying he's not like, 8'9"? Like he could get close?
I'm not sure. He might be able to touch the net.
I can touch the net. I mean, I don't want to brag, and I'm 46 years old.
There it is.
You could touch the net?
I can touch the net.
You
My
know
back
what?
hurts for a week after I do it,
I wonder,
but I can get it.
I wonder if I can do that.
You can
Maybe
do that standing.
yeah. So you could stand on your feet and
Which
just
makes
do
it
this.
sad that I can't touch the rim jumping.
You can, I don't think you could touch the net standing, but you'd be so close that you could do it.
I love it.
You know what?
That jumping thing, you're either born with it or you're not.
I feel like it. I feel like that's the case.
Sometimes height doesn't matter, too. They said there's a freshman at Florida who's 7'8" at the University of Florida, and he can dunk without leaving the floor.
I saw that.
And by all accounts, it's a good thing he can dunk without leaving the floor because he basically can't jump.
Just can't jump.
He just, his body would crumble. 7'8".
7 feet 8 inches.
Stat I heard today, no idea if it's true, didn't look it up, but I'm going to repeat it. If you are over 7 feet tall and between the ages of 20 and 40 in the United States, there is a 7% chance you play in the NBA.
What?
7? There are only 70 males in the United States over 7 feet tall.
Wow.
Between the ages of 20 and 40.
I feel like if you're that tall, you'd be like, okay, I'm playing basketball.
Right.
That's
and
probably
like
true.
6 of them play in the NBA. That's where the stat comes from. So there you go.
Honestly,
Turns
if
out
you're
being
that,
tall helps.
If you're that tall, your parents are probably saying, okay, you're playing basketball.
Right. You just play that sport from day one. Like, you're going to be really tall because we're all really tall. The Saints have 5-point lead here. Looking to burn a little clock, but Bethke has other ideas. Takes it away, lays it up, and in. Hoop and the harm, as they say. He'll go to the line to make it a 3-point play. Cuts the lead to 3. Looked a little like prevent defense from an NFL team out there. And we know what they say about prevent defense. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't.
You always just give up the Patrick Mahomes touchdown when you play prevent defense. Saints maybe got a little too cute passing it around there. Free throws missed, but the rebound goes to Heeman. Pass, though, errant, stolen away by Schwiesau. He's fouled. 47 seconds to go. The Saints hang on to a 3-point lead here. That's just the 3rd foul, so they're going to have to foul twice more to force the free throws. There's another one. Timeout before the foul. Full timeout, Saints. Coach Zipsy calls the timeout there. And there's 46 seconds on the clock. Saints lead at 34-31.
I think I like the timeout call there.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he was pretty close to.
There's 5 seconds?
5-second count.
Yeah, I felt that way too.
Hey, can you explain this closely guarded thing to our listeners, Carson Sparrow? So we had one in the first half where basically, they were way out here. It was the end of the half. They were trying to kill 30 seconds to get the last shot. And we were just, face guarding him on him the whole time. Is that 8 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds? How long does that count before they hey, that's a turnover? The other guy gets it. We'll look it up.
I thought like it's 10.
Is it 10? It felt like a long time, but they did call
10.
it.
So what do you mean? Closely guarded.
So
but you're
you
saying
can
that
stand. You can
go ahead.
stand there,
Explain it.
and there's no count. Like you can stand there as long as you want, but if someone is in a certain amount of distance from you, you have to either dribble, pass it, or shoot it.
Got it.
So you can stand there for a certain amount of time, and then once you start dribbling, the time resets, and you can dribble for a certain amount of time.
Okay.
But once you pick that up, and you've only got so many seconds
Yes.
to either pass it or shoot it. Inbound, successful. Travel is the call on the Saints. So Riceville will get the opportunity here to tie it up on this possession if they choose to.
And this is a tighter score now than it's been all game. I know Saints they took the lead at 6 points, and now we're tied up at 34 with half a minute to go.
Nicolazzi hits the 3. 5 seconds, thank you. Jensen misses the short shot, rebound. Fought for, jump ball is going to be the call. Wasn't sure what they were going to do. The officials glanced at each other like, are we calling a foul here or a jump ball? They do call the jump ball. It'll stay with the Saints. Schwiesau to inbound.
Jump ball's the right call, and is that only the third jump ball today?
I think it is.
Oh, boy.
Turnover, Saints. Bethke the other way with it. He's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. 12.7 seconds officially. I'll set ours to 13 here. Blake Bethke at the line to shoot 2. Can give Riceville their first lead since the first quarter. First one's up and
There
in.
it is. With 12 seconds left on the clock, it's not catastrophic, but the Saints need to make a play.
Second one's good. Timeout Riceville. Coach Conway wants to talk this one over before these final 12.7 seconds. Riceville takes their first lead since what? They led 4-2, maybe something like that.
Yeah, I think they were tied up. They tied up at 6.
Tied up at 6.
Then Saints took over.
And the Saints have had as much as a 9-point lead. And this group that's on the floor looks tired. And this Riceville Wildcats have cut into that lead in the last 5 minutes, taking advantage of Saints' mistakes. And they take the lead here. Good opportunity to get better, right? That's why you play these games. All right, what are we drawing up here with 13 seconds to go? What do you think? Night Owl, what are they talking about over there? Are we drawing up a specific play to get a shot for a certain player, or are we running a certain scheme?
It does not look like we're drawing a play up. You
So
may be
this is-
talking about it, but like, I don't know. I'm assuming that he's just saying, don't be dumb. Don't have a bad pass, and let's just get an easy bucket here.
I think we called a play of some sort, right? That, hey, we're running X offense here. Is that Riceville's going to press?
Sure.
So the Saints will have to break that to even
Looks
get
like
the
they're
shot off.
Mixing up the press to a man press now.
7 seconds.
Ooh.
Conway steals it, and then he's fouled. He'll go to the line with 2.6 seconds officially left. Conway will shoot 2 to ice this one.
.6 seconds on the clock. Saints down by 2. 2 shots coming.
First one's right in.
Joe, if you're the Saints here, are you putting some guys back to the other side of the court?
Yeah, on the miss, so you can try to get the opportunity. I probably would.
But you can't score twice, and you need to finish her up here.
Schwiesau with the long 3 at the buzzer. Won't go, and the Saints drop this one 38-34. The Wildcats win it.
Well, that's a good game, gents. It was tight early. Saints took a pretty good lead. Riceville adjusts nicely to find their way back on top on this one. Time expires with Riceville ahead. Saints lose in a tight one. 34-38 versus Riceville.
Scoreboard got off quick. We have a problem down there? It's already blank. Here.
I see them playing around with the wires underneath.
Yeah, I got you. I think maybe something happened there. So 38-34, the Wildcats win it. Landon Hillman has 15 on the night and 87 rebounds. Landon Hillman kind of the star here tonight and for the Saints on the JV side of things, but the Wildcats come storming back in the last 2 minutes and finish that one with a W. So we will move on to the varsity affair. Mr. Sparrow, Mr. Candle Genius, how do you want to handle this? Do we want to go to break and thank some of our sponsors and come back with some stats and some previews as we head into this varsity game? Does that sound like a plan?
That is the perfect idea. Now the score. I was going to say, well, the score. I assume they're going to be 15 minutes, but we hadn't. The scoreboard wasn't up. It does show 15, so they're going to give these guys roughly 15 minutes to warm up.
Don't forget, you can still get here and get yourself a free bag of popcorn from Mitchell County Farm Bureau and sign up for the $100 shot challenge here at halftime.
You saw a young fella make $100 making that shot the other night in Osage. Tonight here in St. Ansgar, this is some lucky shooter's chance to do the same. The popcorn is so good here. It's delicious. It's always the best in the conference.
It is.
And tonight it's 100% totally free. Thank you, Farm Bureau, Mitchell County Farm Bureau, for you donating the popcorn tonight. I see the cheerleaders are here. They'll be shooting the T-shirt cannon. You can't get a T-shirt watching from home. Get your butts down here. Free popcorn, free T-shirts, and a chance to win $100. Thank you to our sponsors. Be sure to turn the volume up extra loud so you can hear from the sponsors who are so gracious to donate to keep Saints TV free to watch. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this with the men's varsity.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe, buying crop insurance was hard. There's a better way to buy crop insurance. You got to get to know Joe.
The worst place to watch a game is under the bleachers, said a wise fellow named Seymour Butts. With local schools going cashless entry only, you don't want to end up on the outside looking in because you weren't able to buy a ticket. When you add an FSB debit card to your mobile wallet, you'll have an easy, secure way to buy your ticket online or at the gate. So take it from Seymour and stop by FSB today.
Focus Insurance Team, safeguarding our neighbors in northern Iowa and southern Minnesota from risk.
It's Saints TV's goal to bring the game to those who are unable to cheer from the stands. Watching the stream is free. Creating it is not. Please consider donating to our cause through our donation partner, Give Butter. 100% of your donation goes directly to the St. Ansgar school system, where it is used for the education of our students, the equipment used to create these streams, and the athletic department so that our students can keep competing in the sports that are near to their hearts. Thank you for supporting St. Ansgar, and thank you for giving Butter.
This broadcast is made possible thanks to the generous contributions of the advertisers you see here, as well as the Foundation for the Enhancement of Mitchell County and the Saints Legacy Fund.
Every single job that we do, either one or both of the owners are on the roof overseeing and often installing the products, which is something that we really pride ourselves on and make sure that we're going above and beyond.
Thank you, Patterson Seed in St. Ansgar, for your generous contributions to Saints TV. For more information on how Patterson Seed can help you get higher yields, contact Mike Patterson at mike@pattersonseed.com.
The Mitchell County Substance Abuse Coalition creates awareness of the impact of substance abuse and encourages change through collaborative prevention efforts. MCSAC meets on the fourth Tuesday of each month at 4 p.m. at the Mitchell County Courthouse in Osage. We are looking for new members to join the coalition to work together to build healthy communities within Mitchell County.
Getting vaccinated not only protects one person from getting sick, but it also helps to prevent spreading the disease to others. Call Mitchell County Public Health at 641-832-3500 for all of your vaccination needs.
Did you know the EJ has an app? Available to download in your App Store for free. We can't wait to hear how you like it. Search Enterprise Journal and look for our logo, you know the one, or scan the QR code below. It's so easy, even a child could do it.
The Canine Cabin Kenneling and Pet Services proudly supports our Saints athletes.
It's been a wonderful experience having our kids come to We Saints. Each child is taken care of like they're our own kids.
I'm really excited about the future for We Saints.
We're excited to get a grant for this expansion, and we'll be able to take 50 more children once our expansion is complete.
Our community has been incredibly supportive, whether it be from donations or people just banding together to help out with small projects.
The staff are friendly, the atmosphere is great, and there's a great daily structure. Riceville Kids Care is very important to the community because it helps bring in young families in the community, which in turn helps our small businesses and our community overall.
We are striving for greatness and pushing all the boundaries to be great.
We try to give every child what they need developmentally, emotionally, socially.
My favorite thing about bringing her to Kids Care has been the vocabulary that she brings home.
I see this daycare not just daycare, I see it as like a little family.
My son comes home every day from daycare and he's learned something new, and his behaviors have improved since coming to Statesville Kids Care.
We're working on, simple skills to get them ready for preschool and kindergarten, like the ABCs, coloring, counting, typical things that you hope to see by the time that they're in preschool. The staff here at Statesville Kids Care is very, very nurturing. I've taken little bits and pieces from each of my experiences and tried to bring them all together to create a program that works for our kids.
She changed the building, repainted, and she made it a lot more clean. She brought new families in and got everyone excited about the upcoming new Statesville Kids Care.
The Bright Wheel app has been amazing. You get to kind of keep in touch with what your kids are doing throughout the day. We are really just focused on creating a safe, happy, and healthy environment for all the kids of Statesville and the surrounding communities. I could get pictures throughout the day of things that she's doing and videos, and it's just really awesome to be able to see exactly what they're doing.
It's a really fun environment. There's good people working here, and you can see all the happy kids all the time.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe, buying crop insurance was hard. There's a better way to buy crop insurance. You got to get to know Joe.
The worst place to watch a game is under the bleachers, said a wise fellow named Seymour Butts. With local schools going cashless entry only, you don't want to end up on the outside looking in because you weren't able to buy a ticket. When you add an FSB debit card to your mobile wallet, you'll have an easy, secure way to buy your ticket online or at the gate. So take it from Seymour and stop by FSB today.
Focus Insurance Team, safeguarding our neighbors in northern Iowa and southern Minnesota from risk.
All right, we are back. We're actually just kind of checking some of our camera views. I'm going to be playing around with the camera for a little bit here, fellas, while you guys talk about what we can expect to see in this game. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Not Your Average Joe. Night Owl, tell us what we expect to see in this varsity showdown, Saints versus Riceville Wildcats.
All right, should be a good one. Contrasting styles here, at least based on the stats as we come in to tonight. Riceville's played 4 basketball games coming into tonight already. They are 3-1 with wins over Clarksville, Tripola, and Postville. They beat all the Villes and a loss to Dunkerton. Powerhouse Dunkerton all of a sudden, right? The last 5 years, Dunkerton has been a top 10 team in the state pretty regularly. So they lost that one 81-65. But what I notice as I look through in their wins, they're scoring 70 to 80 points a game. So that's where the contrasting styles comes in, right? The Wildcats averaging 72.3 points a game. Your Saints come in their 2 games, 1-1 on the season, averaging 40.5 points per game. So their defense has been their strength here for the Saints. For the Wildcats, it's been their offense. In their one loss, the Wildcats allowed 81 points. So it appears as though it's going to be the Saints defense versus the Riceville offense here tonight. Let's go through a few things to look for. And Carson, I got a question for you here. Carson Sparrow, also known as Night Owl, joining us here in the booth tonight. Obviously a senior on this team last year, so he's got some firsthand knowledge. So we may lean on him tonight for a little expertise. One of the things that jumps out at me as I look at this, Johnny Adams, number 10, the senior for the Wildcats, averaging 29.3 points a game coming into tonight. When you're preparing for a team leading up to a game like this, and you see that stat line, I'm sure the coaches have mentioned it. What do you do to prepare for a scorer like that? Is there anything different that happens throughout the week as you get ready for a game like that?
So usually in practice, we just have one guy where, I don't know, does he shoot a lot? What's his like 3-point percentage?
Yep, he sure does. So 45% from the floor, 25% from 3-point. But the majority of his shots are short shots. He's not a 3-point bomber. He's making the majority of his points through jumpers.
What we do is, last year we had plays a few guys that are shifty, a little different in the fact that they shot 3-pointers all the time. What we did was we got a guy from our team, I think it was Tyson Klein most of the time. He was a little shiftier, and we just had him run around a lot and shoot a lot of 3-pointers. And we had to mix up a few guys to practice going on defense against him.
Gotcha. So you kind of create somebody on your team that is that emulates that guy. Gotcha. Yeah. So that's what the Saints will have to. They'll be charged with trying to stop Johnny Adams tonight, the senior, number 10, again averaging 29.3 points a game and 4 assists. Gunnar Smith, number 11, averaging 13.7 points a game, and Owen Smith, number 2, just a freshman, but averaging 10 points a night for the Wildcats. On the Saints side of the basketball, after that loss to Osage the other night, I think they're still finding themselves. I think it's fair to say, right? Both of these teams, by the way, have played 10 guys pretty regularly. The Saints are rotating 9 pretty heavy and the 10th off the bench. So, I think they're still trying to find what's that right lineup, what's that look like. They do have Derek Heeman back tonight. If you joined us on Tuesday night, Derek was a no-go in that game. Late scratch. I think he hurt himself. The story I got anyway, hurt himself in warm-ups and was unable to go to Osage. He is out here tonight. He practiced yesterday is my understanding. He is out there and looks like a full participant tonight. So the Saints get number 32, Derek Heeman, back. Averaging 10 rebounds and 6 points a game is the aforementioned Heeman. Joe Clevenger, the junior, 9 rebounds a game for him and 5 points per game. Anthony Schnabel, probably the most pleasant surprise in the early going here through 2 games. The freshman, averaging 7 rebounds and 9.5 points a game. He is your second leading scorer. The freshman in limited minutes, scoring 9.5 points a game.
That's impressive
for the Saints. Jay Shriesau, your leading scorer, 10.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists. Sounds like a senior leader to me, right? When you have that stat line, assists, rebounds, and points all up there. Pair him with senior leader Tyson Klein. Kind of get that same thing. A couple of rebounds, a couple assists, a couple steals for Tyson Klein. There's your starting 5 for the Saints. We think. We're going to find out here for sure.
We are going to find out here for sure in a minute. We're going to go ahead and listen in on the player introductions. Turn on my mic here so you can hear it.
You can win up to $100. If your name is called, please be on the floor at halftime. We also want to remind our fans that sportsmanship is a priority for the students, staff, and administration here at St. Ansgar, and we want it to be a priority for adult fans as well. Please keep your criticisms quiet and your support and praise loud. We expect fans from both schools to be respectful of the coaches, players, and officials. Please join me in welcoming the officials for tonight's game: Bill Schroeder, Randy Dajan, and Todd Raymond. And now here's tonight's starting lineup. First, for head coach Matt Schradel. Assistant coaches Bryce Conley, Tom Angelis, Greg Branks, Salvador Gomez, and the Riceville Wildcats. A senior, number 1, Jack Adams. A senior, number 5, Weaver. A senior, number 10, Johnny Adams. A junior, number 11, Gunnar Smith. And a senior, number 30, Lyndon Goldman. And now the starting lineup for head coach Jason Squires, Eric Klein, assistant coach Logan Zitzi, and your St. Ansgar Saints. A junior, number 4, Connor Mullenbeck. A senior, number 12, Tyson Klein. A senior, number 15, Jace Schweisaw. A junior, number 24, Joe Clevenger. And a junior, number 32, Gary Eman. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I ask you to please stand. Gentlemen, please remove your hats as we honor our nation with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, here we go. We are set. Game number 2, varsity style here in St. Ansgar. The Wildcats versus your hometown Saints. Quick update for you. Iowa leads Iowa State 44-37 at the half. So you don't have to switch over to that game. You can just stay right here. We'll try to give you some score updates throughout. Iowa has the lead at the half, 44-37.
Is that a surprise?
Get the thumbs up from Jay Schweisow there on the court. Yes, that is a surprise. I think Iowa's terrible and Iowa State's ranked, what, number 3 or something in the whole country. So that would be a shock. Yeah, that would be a big shock.
They're ranked 3 in the country, isn't it?
Something like that. But you know how those rivalry games go, too, when Iowa's...
Goodness, yeah.
You know, you just never know. Speaking of rivalry, are we going to call this a county rivalry? Carson, what are your thoughts? You've been a player on this, baseball, basketball, or you've played this, you know, they're in Howard County.
I don't know. They always play
Does it
hard,
count?
though.
They do, don't they? Saints start with it. Heeman finds Klein. Good feed there. Klein can't make it go.
Heeman, nice job kicking that one back out.
Clevenger got the rebound, but they're going to call an offensive foul. See who they give that one to. 24, I believe. I think they give that one to Joe. They do. So Clevenger with his first foul.
Couldn't tell if that was a 1-2-2 press or if that was a main press right there.
I'm with you. We'll keep an eye on that. Looks like the Saints are going to do something press-related here tonight. How about that? We'll still leave it at that. Pass inside. Again, 11 is Smith.
Don't call out of bounds on a Saint.
Smith inbounds it. Here's taken away by Schweisow. Schweisow defended nicely by Ebert. Pass the other way. No shot. Travel prior to the shot. Gunnar Smith, the junior, out with it quickly. A little too quick with the feet. And we'll leave it 0-0 here. We're going to have to cut that bar out of there, Carson. You tall sparrows can go right over the top of it. I got to go through it.
And we haven't even put the banner up yet.
Right.
We're put a St. Steve. The plan is to put a St. Stevie banner out there. I think taller stools will be the answer, Joe.
Yep, I think that is correct. Connor Mullenbeck, number 4, out there for the Saints as well.
We should get a few couches out here.
Yeah, kind of have a little lounge up here.
We could just build a platform.
Mullenbeck with a pretty move at the block, but the shot won't go. Rebound, Riceville. In the corner, 3. No good. Rebound, Tyson Klein. Smith with the three-pointer. For your Wildcats, 10 is Johnny Adams. 30 is Lyndon Dolman. 5 is Aiden Ebert.
Oh, nice feed, nice feed.
Offensive foul called on Heeman, his first. 2 fouls for the Saints in the early going. What's the call there, Cars? You get a little wild with the elbow or a little push? That's what they're calling there?
I think so, yeah. It's either that or just well-perfected flop.
One of the two. Good defense.
That's good defense.
By the 2 seniors. Nice job. Klein and Schwiesau forced a turnover there. Three from Mullenbeck. Almost banked in. Rebound, Dolman. That's off of Saint. It'll be Riceville basketball. Got a couple Adams, a couple Smiths on this team. If when in doubt, go Adams or Smith, and you'll be all right. But this is Ebert with it. Over to Smith, though.
Reminds me of a West Hancock team.
No doubt. Travel is the call. Smith, a little slide there. And this crew, we saw it in the JV game, they do not miss a travel opportunity.
I tell you what, you look at these refs, a lot of these refs just have like a real smooth travel call. Like, you think they just kind of like practice that one in the mirror? That looks really good.
For sure. He's looking in the mirror doing that call, wondering how he looks with it. And he looks
I think it looks good.
He looks darn good.
I want to thank him because it was really easy in my eyes, I'll tell you that.
Schwiesau called for the travel.
5:44 remaining in the first quarter of this one. The score still tied up at 0. More fouls already than points.
Yeah, it's a good point. Gunnar Smith inbounds to Johnny Adams, the senior. Again, Adams averaging almost 30 points a night. This is Ebert with it, 5. Back to Adams. You can see how wide he's averaging 30 a night. That's a pretty shot. That one's wide left. Reminds me of a Vikings kicker. Only when it matters, though. They make it when it doesn't matter. It's good news. Schnabel at the table to check in here for the Saints at the next whistle.
Who's he replacing, Joe?
Looks like Joe. Yep. If you meant Joe,
I answered
you were
my
right.
own question.
You answered your own question. Goes in for Clevenger, does Anthony Schnabel. Number 22. With a new haircut, nice fade. Compliments to the barber.
Oh, looked off black from here.
It sure was. Saints basketball.
Oh,
now he changed his mind. So the Mel from the half court there saw it and overruled him. I think the guy down here thought it was tipped like we did. But it must not have been.
That's exactly what I thought happened.
Adams to Adams.
You can tell number 10 plays a little basketball.
You can't you? Adams for 3, no good. Rebound Schwiesau. So 1 and 10 are both seniors, both Adams. Jack and Johnny, if you're in the chat and you know, are they related?
Oh, there we go. Finally get some points on the board there. Jay Schwiesau for 3.
Schwiesau buries the 3. It's 3-0 Saints. Little carry is going to be the call. Gavin Squire to the table to check in for the Saints. He'll go in for Mullenbeck. 3-0 Saints. So now as many fouls as points.
We got some youth on the floor at the moment.
Good feed.
Nice shot. That's Klein who finds Heeman inside. Schwiesau has 3. Heeman has 2, and the Saints have 5. Good hustle there. Tie him up, forced to jump ball. Of course, we know jump balls always go to the opposing team. It's a little joke we have here on Saints TV.
It's a little joke. If you're new to watching Saints TV, you know that's a little joke that we carry around here. We know in the JV game it was fair. We were counting. We were watching.
We were. They're always right. It just never feels like it.
Was that Schnabel that just grabs a ball out of midair?
And it must have been all ball because I was waiting for the whistle, quite frankly, and the foul call.
It looked like a clothesline from up here, I'm not going to lie.
It did look like a clothesline. And then Schnabel with the bucket to follow up. after that big defensive play on the other side of the court.
Another great feed from Tyson Klein. Schnabel makes him pay.
Oh, great job, great job. Hustle play here. Klein lays it up, gets fouled as he's putting it up. He's going to go to the line for 2. Saints lead 7-0, 3:36 remaining here in the first quarter. Popcorn here tonight is free if you're watching from home thinking, oh, it's mighty cold outside. Let me tell you, these Saints look hot. And the popcorn, totally free of charge.
Thanks to Mitchell County Farm Bureau for the free popcorn tonight. Klein misses the front end. He'll get another. That foul, by the way, was on Gunnar Smith, number 11. His first. Klein's second free throw on the way. Rims out.
Ooh.
Rebound. Kicks out of bounds. They're going to say it's off of Anthony, and it'll go to the Wildcats.
This vantage point is giving me some different answers than they're seeing on the floor. It's interesting. Oh, that is a beauty. Schnabel with the steal on that pass.
Riceville takes it right back. The pressure from the Saints is relentless, and Riceville's having trouble getting the ball over. Schwiesow for 3. No good. But the rebound kicks off of Adams out of bounds. Saints basketball. Heeman and Klein check in. Schwiesow and Schnabel check out. The SCHs go to the bench. See what I did there?
I did. This Saints defense hustle right now is really what's making the difference.
Mullenback thought about a 3. Instead makes that shot a little shorter. Won't go. Rebound fought for. Kicks out of bounds. Off. A Wildcat, question mark? I think that's what they're going to call it,
That's
right?
what they're calling it. Well,
All
the
right.
way that He-Man was clapping after that, I sure felt like it was off of He-Man. However, I'm telling you, something about this vantage point has me not seeing things properly.
Clevenger and Winia, Colton Winia back, or on for the first time. Clevenger back.
Oh,
Good
that's
feed.
a nice
Tyson
feed.
Klein, the
Great
assist
bucket.
machine.
Oh, beauty. Oh, Klein knocks that one out.
Heeman has 4 in the early going after another nice feed from Klein. The Riceville coaching staff is fired up on the court. Call a timeout. They want to have a long, serious talk.
We had a question of it was the Riceville's offense or Saints defense going to win this one. Right now it seems to be Saints defense on top.
No doubt. This team coming into tonight averaging almost 73 points a game, these Wildcats. They have 0 in the first 5.5 minutes.
Hey, if you're wondering about our shaky camera, that's cheerleaders navigating a whole lot of cheering from the Saints side, and that's what happens when put a tripod on the stands. Hey, Derek Riddell. Adams are cousins. Thanks for chiming in, Derek, and I apologize if I mispronounced that last name.
We always like to know the stories, right? And so that helps us to know they are cousins. I assumed, although Adams is a common last name, I assumed there had to be some connection there. Kind of fun. We talked about that in football season when we interviewed a couple of Saints players in one of our Behind the Saints episodes of just cool to get to play with your relatives and your buddies, you know, in these small schools. You get to do some of that stuff. Block. Clevenger.
Was that Clevenger?
That was the Clevenger.
Oh, nice nab there.
Tyson Klein's playing with his hair on fire.
He really is.
Mullenback. The baseline, you're going to need some help. Can't find it. Turnover. Shot. Good. There's Johnny Adams with the 3. He gets on the board, averaging 30 points a night.
And puts Riceville on the board for the first time tonight.
Winia underneath, tries to find Heeman. It gets to Heeman eventually, and Heeman's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. I think they'll give that one to Dolman. They do. His first.
That ball almost got tipped into the basket.
It sure
That would have
did.
been something, huh? Who do you give credit to for the basket on that?
I suppose the guy whose hand it left gets credit for the bucket in that case, if the defense tips it in. First one's no good. Saints free throw shooting not where they want it to be early in this season. They'll figure that out. Still trying to get over football season, I think. That one goes. 10-3, the Saints lead it with 1:55 to go in the first quarter. Heeman has 5 in the early going.
Wow, good defense.
So what are we running here, Cars? Any idea?
We've ran multiple different presses.
So it's not the same style every time.
It's not.
I like it. Schwiesau back in.
Oh, that's nice.
Another nice feed from Klein inside. Heeman can't handle the pass. Turnover Saints. Dolman with the steal. That's Bethke with the shot. He was the star of the JV game. Number 13.
Oh, nice job.
Another nice find.
Ooh, that one.
Out of bounds.
See, there again, I thought that was off of White, and it is not.
It's going to be White basketball. Schwiesau will inbound it. Nay, he won't, because we have a wholesale changes.
He will be inbounding
he is the one who stays, all right? Everybody else changes. We've got Clevenger, Schnabel. We got Gavin Esquire, and then I had to say, which number 3 is that? But that would be the first appearance from Johans. Trey Johans, number 3, out there for the Saints.
Oh.
Offensive foul. You could see that one coming.
You
Just
sure
a little
could.
too much dip of that shoulder. Just got to stay straight up with that, and they don't call that. But when it looks like you get him with the shoulder, even though I think he might have exaggerated a bit, they're going to call that one every time. When I can call a basketball foul, it's a basketball foul. Because I'm not very good at it.
Wow.
Wildcats having a lot of trouble with this press. The Saints turn them over again.
And Schnabel seems to be exactly where he needs to be every single time. Wide open 3 for Schwiesau.
He's short.
Off the front of that rim.
Gets his own rebound. Eventually.
And that's in and out.
Berger, if Sammy was here.
You know, he's saying it right now from wherever he's watching.
From Popcorn Land. It's free popcorn night. That's where Sammy probably is.
You know, if they do run out of popcorn, I'm blaming Sammy.
If it's a really crazy in and out, do you call it Whataburger?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, man, that's a bad in and out.
Another turnover for the Wildcats. Gavin Squire comes away with that one.
It's like, what a burger, man.
What a burger.
Schnabel for 3. No good. Rebound by Adams. Finds the other Adams. No good on the shot. Clevenger with the rebound.
Great job,
7 seconds left in the first quarter. Schwiesau floats. Won't go. Rebound by Smith, and that'll do it in the first quarter. The Saints lead it 10-3.
Well, if I'm being honest, I expect I expect both teams to make some changes here in the second quarter to maybe make some improvements on the scoreboard, if we can go that way. I'm sure Riceville's not happy with only 3 points. I'm sure the Saints aren't happy with only 10. But defensively, the Saints did look very good. I'm sure Riceville is going to plan to clean some of that up. Night Owl, what do you expect to see for changes here in the second quarter?
Yeah, I don't think Saints need to change anything defensively, as you said, but offensively, I like their ball movement. They just need to get the ball in the bucket.
Yeah, like you said, so many good looks, that just haven't found their way in, but they will. I think offensively, the Saints are fine. They just got to find their way. And if you're Riceville right now, oh, is that T-shirt cannon?
It's T-shirt cannon.
Oh,
Watch
my
out!
Goodness,
someone's going to get hurt. Oh my goodness!
There it is, right to the front row.
If I'm Riceville right now, I'd tell my guys we need to calm down. Think to just make good passes, because the Saints defense is just.
Part of the reason they have 3 points is they just haven't had many shots because they can't get the ball over half court. Credit the Saints defense and a little bit of press. Second quarter starts. Saints had the 7-point lead. Stolen away by Adams. Passes it to Adams. Crowd wanted to travel, didn't get it.
Off.
Wow.
Riceville.
That was a nice play. Good series there. Saints struggling to keep that ball in bounds. Do a nice job of bouncing it off black jersey.
More Tyson Klein hustle there. Mullenbeck back out there for the Saints. So I believe they're back to our starting 5 here.
Put that shot up.
He does. Klein misses. Rebound, Heeman. Saints will set the offense back up.
Oh.
Mullenbeck drives. No foul called either way. Kick out the other way, and up and in Gunnar Smith with his first bucket.
What happened on that one? That was an errant pass by Suiza. I think maybe he got nudged a little bit.
Aiden Ebert going to set up the offense for the Wildcats. They haven't had a chance to do that much. For 3, no good. Rebound, Heeman. Foul called underneath on the rebound. That was Johnny Adams' 3. Was no good. Foul committed by Dolman, his second.
Took a little bit of a nudge there as he went to rebound that.
Klein is going to inbound it, and the Saints break the pass, or press with 3 passes, make it a 4th. The ball never hits the floor, and Heeman lays it up and in.
You know, I love breaking a press by just pass and don't dribble. Find your guy, keep it moving. That was beautifully done by the Saints.
Derek Heeman has 7 points. Dolman's shot won't go. Rebound, Clevenger.
I think the key for the Saints offense here is just keep the ball moving. The Riceville's defense got so many moving parts that they've got to travel so far.
Yeah, it looks like that's the ball movement's what's creating the open looks, right? That one won't go for Mullenbeck, and Riceville come the other way with it. Try to break that press again.
Oh, Clevenger's right there.
Yeah.
Good hustle by Slim there.
By who?
Slim Shady.
Slim. I like it. I like it.
Slim Shady.
He does look a little like Slim Shady.
You think he's getting
The
a lot
real
of that
Slim
right
Shady.
now?
Really stand up.
I do believe Slim Shady is about 5'8", though.
Yeah.
So Joe Cleve might be a little taller than that.
Aiden Ebert with a bucket.
Oh.
Riceville's within 5. Make it 3 after the steal by Adams in the putback. And now the Saints need a timeout. Coach Squire takes a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, I think that's a well-timed timeout. It seems like the Saints just getting a little bit clumsy over on that side. Those passes did not need to be rushed, I'll say.
Right, yeah, it looked like we're just in too big a hurry when there's no need to be. So the Saints will talk that one over. Riceville's offense has come to life after only scoring 3 points in the first quarter. They score 6 in the first couple of minutes of the second. Jack Adams will inbound it, or excuse me, Saints will inbound it. That is Mullenbeck, who gets it in for the Saints. Pass ahead, wide open look for Mullenbeck.
Too easy for Mullenbeck.
Down it goes. Connor Mullenbeck has his first points of the night. Saints slap the press back on. It's everything that made bucket does, right? It gives you the opportunity to set that press up. 3, no good from Adams. Rebound Saints.
Saints got an extra.
Got a physical game going, honey.
We do. Mullenbeck slices into the lane, but the shot won't fall. And here comes Gunnar Smith.
Oh, wow. I felt like Mullenbeck was looking to dunking at that or something, changed his mind.
And he's got the old hops too, so I don't know if he can dunk, but he can get up there. Foul called on Schwiesau. Everybody on this side of the stadium wanted offensive. Everybody on that side wanted defense. It turns out Mel saw it as the defense. Coach Squire's pleading his case over there. I think that's one of those 50-50s. So we're going to say it's a good call. So this is Gunnar Smith at the line, shooting 2. The first one's up and good. What do you think of those shoes? I
like him.
You like him? I kind of do too. Second one's no good.
I think I like the other ones better, though.
Schnabel and Squire on the floor for the Saints. Squire's three is good.
Drains it. Great shot by Squire.
Gavin Squire with his first points of the
Saints
season.
defense looked a little, something wasn't right there. Miscommunication or something.
You called it. You called it right away.
Oh, you did. And Riceville took advantage of it.
Jace
Once
Newell.
again, a steal.
But the three won't go from Ebert. And the Saints will come the other way with it. Tussle for the basketball.
Tussle.
A tussle. And we're going to go jump ball finally. We didn't get a call for about a month of Sundays, but they decide on jump ball.
You know what they say about jump ball?
What do they say?
Never go Saints' way.
You are correct. And here is
Saints'
yet another example. We have 2 jump balls in the game. Both of them go Riceville's way. Again, we kid, we know it's because at the quarter it changes. It's just funny. Well, we think it's funny. It's probably not. But you watch Saints TV and see how many jump balls the Saints get. It's almost none.
Generally,
just on a tally.
Generally speaking, we'll just say we want more. Can we say that we want? We wish that we had more.
Right.
But, you know, we know there's a lot of good folks out there from Riceville watching. We don't have anything against folks from Riceville. It'd be great if we got the same amount. We just get less than you guys.
Yeah, that's right.
That's all.
Adams has got just 3 points on the night, averaging 30 on the season a night, but has just 3 in the early going tonight. Little discussion about where this basketball belongs. It's initially ruled Riceville ball.
I believe that's accurate from what I see. But you know what? I've been realizing that if I just go with the opposite of what I saw, that's what the refs generally see. I thought it was off of Saint.
A lot of discussion here. In the end, I think we may find a shot clock change, perhaps. I wonder if that is the question. The shot clock reset, and should it not have, perhaps?
Oh, got it.
Well, yeah, I don't think that ball touched the rim, did it?
It did not. So we go back to 13 seconds on the shot clock. Good job by the officials to get together and say, wait a minute, that's a fresh 35. We don't think that's right. We think it should be 13. They make that change.
Great call.
Good officiating.
When you said shot clock change, I thought someone was getting fired. Like, oh, we're going to change the operator.
Like, you can't run this thing anymore. 5 seconds on the shot clock.
Oh!
Heaving.
Great block.
Saints coming up the floor.
Schweisow thought about the 3. Instead, it's the long cross-court pass to Mullenbeck.
Oh.
Mullenbeck gets it poked away. Fight for the basketball. Over and back is the call.
Now, if it's tipped by the
Did
defense.
they not tip that?
Yeah,
He
they
sure
absolutely tipped it. Yeah.
That's why I'm a little, But he didn't see it, obviously.
So
officiating is a game of angles, I was told once.
And I'm gonna. I do believe that was off. Who was over there? Was it Mullenblock? No, because he's not playing. I thought that was off of a white jersey hand.
Yeah.
So I don't disagree. I think it's Black's ball, but over and back is a weird call there because it was clearly tipped. Unless it was touched on this side first. Was it touched here and then
could have
over
been.
there?
Could have been.
We don't have the angle for that one.
Colton Winia enters and immediately gets a rebound, and he gets fouled. Draws contact.
Big pass by the quarterback there.
Nicely done.
Beautiful.
Tyson Klein again has 19 assists in the early going. Winia with the steal. Johans got it. And the Saints go on a run here. 21-12. The Saints lead it. Riceville needs a timeout.
I really like the aggressive play of these Saints.
Logan Dipsey does say basketball is a game of runs.
Yeah, a game of, we have seen it tonight, no doubt about it. The Saints led 10-3 at the start of this quarter. The Wildcats come charging all the way back, and I think they made it, 12-9 at one point. Now here go the Saints, back to 21-12, and a 9-point lead. 2:52 to go in the first half.
Basketball's a weird sport.
It
you
is.
feel like you're close, and then all of a sudden,
It
not
is.
anymore.
You know, it makes sense for these Saints to be good at basketball because baseball is also a game of runs. We know they're pretty good at baseball around here.
A little preview for this summer. This Riceville squad has a bunch of good baseball players on it, too. So this Riceville-St. Ansgar matchup this summer will be fun as well. You're not going to want to miss that one. These teams had a couple of good battles last year at the JV and JJV level that were fun to watch. So there's my plug, my daily allotment of baseball talk on the basketball broadcast. I got it in.
Well, they got a great.
My contract says I have to.
Great coach over there. Oh my.
The Saints and Wildcats trade turnovers.
Get it over.
Yup, they sure do. And they do with about a second to spare. Oh, Tyson Klein got it. That's a 3 for Tyson. And the Saints take their biggest lead. They've doubled up the Wildcats 24-12. Ball's tipped away by Saints, so it'll stay with the Wildcats.
So you did have your eyeball on the shot clock on that last one, and they did indeed
it was
make
25 right as it was going over by my count. Yeah.
Saints defense got some fire in them right now.
So Night Owl, the ball literally just has to get past half court, even if no one's touching it. Like it doesn't have to be touched on the other side of the court. It literally,
I believe it has to be
could
touched.
be slowly rolling.
Yeah. Yep. Adams with a nice shot. He's got 5 points tonight. Johnny Adams. Under 2 to play. Saints lead by 10.
Good
nice
look.
Feed, nice feed.
Dribbles it off his foot.
Yep, one of those, you just go up with it, right? No need to dribble it there, just go up with it. He'll get that figured out. No, Riceville breaks the press that time.
Oh, that is danger, danger, danger.
11 minutes to go in the second half at Carver Hawkeye. The Hawkeyes lead 62-56 over the Iowa State Cyclones. Wow. We are under break here. Timeout. The halftime score was 44-37, so both teams have come out firing in the second half. Well, Iowa State's winning the second half by 1 for you Iowa State fans out there. Moral victory. Travis, I'm talking to you, wherever Duke Scoop is tonight. He's the only Iowa State fan I know. I think there might be a couple more. I just don't know them, that's all.
Oh, that's good.
I'm not a fan of either. That way I don't have to be disappointed or excited. I just like to go to games. It's kind of like being a Viking fan. You just don't admit it, and then it hurts less. But not this year, 11-2, baby. Where's Sammy at? Sammy, I need to get our Minnesota Viking talk.
What are we doing? You said it.
Block by Heeman.
What happened?
I'm just, as a Vikings fan, I'm always just ready to lose in the first round of the playoffs.
Not happening.
Kind of it.
Adams misses the 3. He's got a pretty shot. He does not like this gym. Will not fall for him tonight.
Oh, that is. Well, I wanted that to go.
It was a nice feed. Yeah, kind of the give and go.
He got some nice grace points there. I think he was actually able to get his feet above his belt line on that shot, which is kind of fun.
Dolman inside. Good defense by the Saints. They forced the turnover. 53 seconds to go in the first half.
It's a great job. That's a great job by Moy there. He anticipated that they were going to throw it to that guy, and he ran over from about the free throw line, I believe, and he's right.
Moy's quick.
Molly goes to the bench. Schnabel checks in. Clevenger. So back to Klein, the assist master tonight. He assists Schwiesau, but the 3 won't go. Kicked out, back to Klein. Good offensive rebound there. Just tip it out.
There's a
That's
job.
travel.
There's a job I could not do in basketball, and that's shot clock.
Right?
I would, man, they'd be stopping the game all the time, telling me to reset it. Actually, I could do it here at this point. With 30 seconds left in that,
You could run it now?
I could.
Shot clock is off.
Yeah,
For those of you at home.
Anyone could, I believe
that was the
anyone
joke.
could run it
That
now.
was the dad joke.
Well, that's my joke.
Right.
Thank you guys for educating our audience who maybe might not have understood that.
Turnover Wildcats. And the senior and the coach are having a long discussion.
I'm
there
just
on the
glad you
sideline.
understood that.
Squire's going to check in for the Clevenger.
Clevenger. I'd like to find that graphic. I might during the half look for it. See if I can find the Clevenger graphic.
Not yet. They're holding for the last shot here. That's what coach wants. 10 seconds to go. So about what time can you go? 8 seconds?
Yep.
So now we can go. Schwiesau finds Heeman inside, kicks it back to Squire for 3.
Oof.
No good. Rebounded by Heeman, but the clock expires on the second quarter and will go to half with the Saints leading 24-14.
And with that, we're going to take a little break to hear from our sponsors. Thanks again to our sponsors. Check these ads out. These are the people who are helping keep Saints TV free to watch. If you're watching this right now and you're not in the stadium, it's because of these sponsors and those who have given butter. You see the little QR code on the right-hand side. It costs $8 per seat to be at this game. Please, please, please consider a donation. 100% of the proceeds go directly to our Saints Athletic Fund. We don't get paid. Night Owl? Sorry, my friend. No paycheck tonight.
You can put this on your resume as volunteer hours.
Yes, you can.
You're welcome. Iowa Hawkeyes lead 66-59 with 9 minutes, 46 seconds to go at Carver Hawkeye Arena. There is your Iowa State update. No need to change the channel. Stay right here and hear from our sponsors.
Come back for this. Emmett Newland and Jeremy Patterson will be shooting for a chance to win $100 compliments of your Mitchell County Farm Bureau. By the way, they're giving away popcorn tonight, free popcorn. Thank you, Mitchell County Farm Bureau.
So, Emmett, your first question is, agriculture is another name for what?
Oh my goodness. Trivia? The question for Emmett, is that the word? Is that for Emmett? Is agriculture is another name for what? The answer is farming.
Okay, one more. True or false? Chocolate milk comes from a brown cow.
Chocolate milk comes from brown cows.
Does chocolate milk come from a brown cow? The answer turns out is false. I missed the second question.
Your question.
Night Owl, did you capture the second question there?
I did.
What was the question?
Does chocolate milk come from a brown cow?
That was the third question.
Oh, the second one.
The second
one was
one.
how many ears or something of corn? Something about ears of corn.
The answer was 1, wasn't it?
It was 1.
Oh, geez, I got to get my... Oh, I was late. So he made the shot.
I believe that's 100 dineros right there.
That's $100. I can't believe I didn't have the camera on him.
Solicit feedback from the audience.
Nice shot, Emmett. Jeremy Patterson now.
Okay. How many items can you find in a grocery store that has corn on the label?
These questions are hard.
It'll be like thousands.
Well, I didn't even hear the question.
How many items in the grocery store have corn on the label? He's asking for a percentage. I'm going to say no.
Have corn on the label?
50. 50%, right? How many items
35.
as a percentage
Yeah,
have corn on the label?
1,200 or 4,000?
Now he's giving him numbers.
600, 1,200, or 4,000.
So he's saying items, not a percentage.
What grocery store? What do you mean right there?
That was, I don't know if I like that question.
That was fair, not fair.
Mr. Patterson gets to shoot the shot here.
So what was the question?
The last one was hog carcass weight, according to something.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very complicated.
Where
And
is shooting
Jeremy knew
from?
it. Big,
oh my goodness.
Big hog guy knew that one.
Well, who was it in the stands that shouted the number out to him?
Yeah. So we're going to back him up and get him a second opportunity, but from the free throw line. Patterson shots, no good.
Oh, Patterson.
Shucky darns.
Well, that young fella will be serving time streaming girls wrestling. That's how
he's gonna pay off his that's his community service.
That's right.
He's also gonna put on his resume some volunteer hours here at Saints TV. Thank you, Mr. Patterson, for doing that. It takes a village to broadcast all this fun stuff here on Saints TV.
It sure does. So I've been my camera angle has been changing throughout the night, and this by the way, this shot here was centered on that scoreboard earlier.
That's how much it's moved?
That's how much it's moved. That's just like the shaking of the stand. I think they're moving it. So tomorrow night, this is where it
doesn't seem good.
Where it started. So I wouldn't wonder, what's going on here? Why are my presets not setting where
that guy's
preset
playing a prank
them?
on you over there.
I don't like the pranks.
Iowa State tied at 66 with 7 minutes 41 seconds to go.
What's your feeling
TV
on this
timeout.
one? What's your take on this?
Iowa State wins by 15. They've
they've
been toying with them, and now they're coming to life. Yep. Blowout city in the last 7.5 minutes. That's what good teams do, right? We didn't have our best night. We're on the road, rival, all this energy and Carver because it's like half sold out. Embarrassing. So I think
half sold out.
It was. You could buy a ticket at noon today for this game, which is kind of crazy. So I
for
wonder how
a
many
nationally ranked team
yeah.
in a state
at
rivalry.
Iowa. Yeah, because it seems as though the Iowa fans have lost interest in Iowa basketball. Like on the Iowa side, if this was at Iowa State, it'd have been sold out. Tickets would have been thousands of dollars and blah blah blah. But yeah, I don't know. There's not Iowa
It
fans
just seems like it's worth
are
driving the extra
disinterested in
distance.
basketball all of a sudden for some reason.
To watch the team get killed. I don't know about that.
But if it's your team, like that, it should be full of Iowa State fans.
Because they could get tickets, right? Yeah, and drive
to go
across
watch
the,
Iowa State crush Iowa. Right?
That's
what the Iowa State
I read
fans should
that
be
this
thinking
week
right
too. That they were surprised that the Iowa State fans hadn't taken over. Because Illinois did it a couple years ago on one of these nights where it's like, nobody's there and all the students are gone and blah blah blah, and like the place was half Illinois fans. But so I guess I don't know if we're seeing that tonight over there. But the game has gotten good. It is 66 all. Iowa and Iowa State. If you're interested in that, the Iowa women win last night over Audie Crooks, a familiar name to Saints fans.
Yes, you bet.
Bishop Garrigan's Audie Crooks goes down to the Hawkeyes last night, but she was not because of her. I think she had 30 points and 12 rebounds or something. Played a whale of a game.
It's amazing. I think Night Owl's, the Mama Owl, was wondering if she needed to feed her night owl.
To feed the owl?
We're gonna take a little break here.
The owl is hungry.
You see that 5:41 on the board. We'll be back in less than that. But don't leave because you want to hear this message from Give Butter.
It's Saints TV's goal to bring the game to those who are unable to cheer from the stands. Watching the stream is free. Creating it is not. Please consider donating to our cause through our donation partner, Give Butter. 100% of your donation goes directly to the St. Ansgar school system, where it is used for the education of our students, the equipment used to create these streams, and the athletic department so that our students can keep competing in the sports that are near to their hearts. Thank you for supporting St. Ansgar, and thank you for giving Butter.
This broadcast is made possible thanks to the generous contributions of the advertisers you see here, as well as the Foundation for the Enhancement of Mitchell County and the Saints Legacy Fund.
Every single job that we do, either one or both of the owners are on the roof overseeing and often installing the products, which is something that we really pride ourselves on and make sure that we're going above and beyond.
Thank you, Patterson Seed in St. Ansgar, for your generous contributions to Saints TV. For more information on how Patterson Seed can help you get higher yields, contact Mike Patterson at mike@pattersonseed.com.
The Mitchell County Substance Abuse Coalition creates awareness of the impact of substance abuse and encourages change through collaborative prevention efforts. MCSAC meets on the fourth Tuesday of each month at 4 p.m. at the Mitchell County Courthouse in Osage. We are looking for new members to join the coalition to work together to build healthy communities within Mitchell County.
Getting vaccinated not only protects one person from getting sick, but it also helps to prevent spreading the disease to others. Call Mitchell County Public Health at 641-832-3500 for all of your vaccination needs.
Did you know the EJ has an app available to download in your App Store for free? We can't wait to hear how you like it. Search Enterprise Journal and look for our logo, you know the one, or scan the QR code below. It's so easy, even a child could do it.
The Canine Cabin Kenneling and Pet Services proudly supports our Saints athletes.
It's been a wonderful experience having our kids come to We Saints. Each child is taken care of like they're our own kids.
I'm really excited about the future for We Saints.
We're excited to get a grant for this expansion, and we'll be able to take 50 more children once our expansion is complete.
Our community has been incredibly supportive, whether it be from donations or people just banding together to help out with small projects.
The staff are friendly, the atmosphere is great, and there's a great daily structure.
Riceville Kids Care is very important to the community because it helps bring in young families in the community, which in turn helps our small businesses and our community overall.
We are striving for greatness and pushing all the boundaries to be great.
We try to give every child what they need developmentally, emotionally, socially.
My favorite thing about bringing her to Kids Care has been the vocabulary that she brings home.
I see this daycare not just daycare, I see it as like a little family.
My son comes home every day from daycare and he's learned something new, and his behaviors have improved since coming to Riceville Kids Care.
We're working on, simple
That's a good message for our audience out there. How many days in a row could you have hoo-hot before you'd be tired of hoo-hot?
Oh, you like are asking me? Because
No,
I think I know.
It's good for the audience. So before you answer, we haven't had a really robust chat tonight. Derek chatted in earlier saying the Adams are cousins, and we appreciate that. But that's the last chat we've had. So if you're out there and you want to chat, like how many days in a row could you eat hoo-hot before you would just decide that you didn't want to eat hoo-hot any longer? What's the answer?
I think personally for me it was about 2.5 to 3 weeks.
Because at college, to clarify here, old Night Owl can get himself what is a generic knockoff hoo-hot, right, in the middle of your school cafeteria.
Which I'm pretty sure is the only food they actually cook.
Adams misses everything. Dolman hustles for the rebound, but he's standing on the line out of bounds. I'm just going to skim right over that. We don't want any bad advertising for. We weren't even going to say. We're not going to disclose.
There's a lot to be said for a raw food diet.
Love it. Starting 5 back out there for the Saints. Derek Heeman leads all scorers with 7 in that first half.
I've seen a lot of guys chow down the ice cream, though, so it probably makes up for it.
Nope, there you go.
It's soft serve, right?
It's soft serve, yes.
I would go through your Saints scores, but it would take the whole quarter. 8 guys with points for the Saints.
Seriously?
Seriously. Everybody's getting in on it tonight.
I'll tell you what, I'll keep the camera moving. And
you want me to run down?
You can let people know if a big play happens.
Here we go.
And then you can run down these scores. America wants to know.
Trey Johans with a bucket. Connor Mullenbeck with 2. Gavin Squire has 3 points. Tyson Klein, 3 points. Jace Schwiesow, 3 points. Anthony Schnabel with 2 points. Joe Clevenger with 2 points. Derek Heeman with 7. Those are your 8 scorers for the Saints.
That's impressive.
The Wildcats are led by Johnny Adams. He had 5. Now make it 7.
Great job by Adams on that. That ball.
Did they switch?
I think Jay Sweesaw had a hand on it.
Looks like they switched their press up.
Agree. Something's different. We will get to the bottom of it. If you know, put it in the chat. A big conversation, and at the end of that conversation, the Saints get the basketball. The Riceville coaching staff not pleased with that decision. The Saints will take it. Lucky bounce. I think I'm probably on the Riceville coaching staff side on that one.
You stepped out of it. Thank you.
Out of bounds is the call, so the Saints will retain.
Not sure what I think about this press. I have no idea what that is. I'm not going to lie. It's like 4 guys on this side and 1 on the other.
It's something I have not seen either. Now another discussion ensuing with the men in stripes to decide how much time's on the shot clock. I think again is the conversation here. Determine it is 30. 30 seconds put on the shot clock. 6:54 to go in the third quarter. Back underway we go. Klein drives, dishes. Heeman up and in. Heeman's got 9.
He makes it look easy.
That's kind of Heeman's little specialty there. A little double bump and put her in.
He needs that rhythm, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Adams trying to take over on the other end for the Wildcats. He's their scorer, but Schwiesow brings down the rebound.
Saints are going to slow it down here.
Klein gets it poked away, but good hustle all over the place for the Saints. Clevenger tracks down, shoots, scores.
That one good for 2.
The Saints match their biggest lead of the night at 12.
I think we talked about it in the JV game. Haven't talked about it here. Typically we're running replays, but with our new camera, we're kind of focused on getting that thing set up right. So we're not running replays tonight, but we'll have them back for you tomorrow.
Gunnar Smith with it. Cross court to Adams.
Oh, Schwiesaw. Nice job. Take advantage of the opportunity to maybe capture a jump ball, but instead,
there's that pretty jump shot there.
Sure is. And all of a sudden, Adams has 10. Johnny Adams with 10. Good defense there. Creates a jump ball. And don't look now, folks. The Saints want a jump ball.
Holy.
First one of the night. First out of 9. You'd think, 1 out of 9 is not bad.
I think Meat Loaf wrote a song about that.
About that, he did. So Riceville's turned up the defensive pressure as well. Schwiesow dribbles right through it, though. Gets it dished off to Clevenger, who puts it up and in. Clevenger's got
Iowa
6.
State tied at 74 under 4. Timeout. Somebody, says Joel Carlson. Appreciate that update.
Foul called. Heeman wanted to travel. He was trying to be an official and a player out there. Instead, they're going to call the foul, and that's why he wanted to travel, because they called it on him.
Yeah,
the foul.
Yeah, understandable.
His second. Adams at the line, shooting 2, makes the first. Every time the Saints go on a little run, Riceville has answered. See if they can continue to do that.
Caden Kabaliska chimes in. It's 2-2-1 press.
2-2-1 press. Second one up and in, 30-21. Heeman to the long pass from Schwiesau. Gets it over to Clevenger. His shot won't go, but he's fouled. Going to call it on the floor. That foul's called on the floor. So here's the good news. We're not going to count that as a missed shot in the stat book because it was on the floor.
Smart.
Smart. Although Clevenger probably would have taken the 2 free throws. A foul apiece here in the early going into the third quarter. Adams has 2 fouls now. Schwiesau on the inbound does a really nice job of just going right up with it. He gets fouled. That one was shooting, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. They give the foul to Jack Adams, his first. Schwiesau's free throw on the way, no good. Second one. Off the back of the iron, rebounded by Schwiesau. Clevenger kicked it out to him. The Saints will set it up again. So we talked about this the other night. It's okay to miss free throws as long as you get the rebound.
That's a fact. It opens things wide up so that you can do more of that.
Especially if you get the rebound and bury the 3.
Oh,
and then the steal.
Can't keep up.
Schwiesau lays it up and in off the Heeman steal. The Saints push the lead to 14, their biggest of the night.
A little miscommunication in Saints defense there, but they came back.
They recovered.
They recovered. There you go.
Oh, wow.
Contact inside, no call, out of bounds off of Saint. Aiden Ebert took a ton of contact there, goes down hard. Saints help him up.
I would say the Saints are downright pesky down here.
They sure are. His defense has been fun tonight. Johnny Adams, short jumper won't go. Rebound Heeman. That mid-range shot just won't fall for Adams tonight. A lot of shooters have trouble in this building. It's the bright lights, the deep wall, the high ceiling, something.
And the hoops that aren't big enough to let the ball go through.
That could be a problem. Seems like sometimes it is. Turnover Saints. Gunnar Smith comes down with it. Little head fake. Dish. The other Adams. Back to Ebert. Back to Adams. Finds himself too far under the hoop. Tries to make a pass. Out to Smith. Out of bounds it goes. Turnover, Wildcats. Schnabel, Winia, Mullenbeck enter for the Saints, as does Gavin Squire. So there's your 4 changes. Just Schwiesau remains. Good hustle play by Ebert, but he's standing on the line again. Bad luck for the Wildcats in a couple of those times. They've made great plays like that, but just find themselves slightly out of position. Saints basketball. Schwiesau's going to inbound. Mullenbeck will set up the offense. Schnabel, no good. Rebound, Adams. Drives into the lane, drops the shoulder into Schwiesau, and Schwiesau gets called for the foul.
Do you like that call?
I'm not going to say.
I didn't actually really see the play that well, but I was just based on how you were responding. He drops his shoulder.
I have a hunch number 10 doesn't like to use his left hand much.
I think you're right. I think you are correct. Iowa State 81, Iowa 76 as predicted. Minute 18 to go, Iowa State pulling away.
That's probably not unheard of in high school basketball.
You're right about that, sir. Foul on Klein, his first of the night. Adams with a nice pass inside, and he's fouled by Mullenbeck. The Saints are foul happy all of a sudden. That's 4 with 3:04 to go in the quarter.
Yeah, that's...
They'll be shooting 2 with the next one.
Foul happy, and interestingly, all these fouls are happening on the floor just prior a shot. So no free throws. And who gets the timeout? Who's called it?
Riceville, I believe, called the timeout there, so we will pause. I have an official complaint I'd like to lodge with the management here at Saints TV. This perch is beautiful. This new spot to sit, I love. This chair is made out of the hardest material
It sure
I
is.
have ever experienced.
Well, I think
we're going to need a cushion up here.
And the reality
Or
is
a
these chairs
couch.
actually came from like the Commons area, so we probably need to put them back. But thank you to the Saints TV sponsors. They may be purchasing us some softer stools.
What a nice
for
move
up
there.
here.
What a move by Johnny Adams.
We've got 4
Carson,
guys.
can you see how many points he has up there on the board?
He
Adams?
has 14.
14, that's what I would have guessed. So Adams all of a sudden up to 14. 4 new guys go to the scorer's table to check
nice
in.
shot.
Who did that? I missed it.
Well, that was number
Klein?
12. Number 12.
Tyson Klein.
And that is going to be an overthrow. Saints ball over here on this side.
We've got a host of Saints coming in.
A host of Saints in on the tackle. I mean, wait, it's not football season. Check into the game. So we got the Clevenger, we got Klein, we got Schwiesow, we got Johans, and who's down there? Oh, Derry. Heeman. Derek Heeman. I don't know that we've had this lineup yet, have we?
Well, we do
The Saints
now.
are still trying
This
to...
is the last time you get to say that.
Nope.
Nope, now we've had it.
Now we've had it. Trey Johans, just a freshman, dunked the other night in the JV game at Osage. Kid
And not
can
just
fly.
a dunk. It was just smooth. It was so
Off
confident
one leg,
and
too.
smooth.
Yeah, it wasn't like
Yeah.
it was that he really had to work to get there. Johans for 3, no good.
Oh, Clevenger just
takes it away from him.
takes it away.
And I believe they're going to call Adams for the foul. They don't. They give it to Newell, his second. 37-23, Saints lead it. Oh.
You know, I like putting Johansson here. He's quick, he's feisty, he's a good ball handler. Obviously, he's got some hops, so defensively, he should be a pest.
So fast there, they ruled his foot move before the ball. Travel. There's some downside to being fast.
There is.
Smith for 3, no good. Rebound underneath, though.
A travel. I thought that was going to be a
There's that
Clevenger
too.
slap to the face there.
There's that pretty travel call right there.
It was.
It was.
Give it a little
Smooth.
pause
Yep.
and a little.
Then you go.
Beautiful.
Like churning butter.
The Clevenger, look at him. Look, he's just like his dad. He's just smoothing the officials. I've seen Drew do that repeatedly on the football field. Just making friends down there.
Oh, boy. Wide open.
Tyson Klein's 3 won't go, but he is fouled. And he'll go to the line for the unconventional attempt at a 3-pointer.
Now, this did not work for Hudson Sparrow earlier. We're going to zoom in a little bit on this free throw. If it doesn't work on the first one, we'll zoom out, and that'll improve his luck. But I think he'll make him.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, got to zoom out.
I don't even think it was a zoom. I think it was the fact that you said, I think he'll make them.
Right?
All right. Well, I'm not going to say that he won't. That would not be right.
Iowa State leads by 8 with 29 ticks left in Iowa City. Cyclones survive.
I believe the rule as an announcer is to just not say it.
Klein makes the second after
right?
no discussion about his odds of making or not, which was smart. Oops, I'm hitting the wrong button. My gosh. Here we go. Second, third one, no good. Rebound, Adams and the Wildcats. But the Saints lead by 15 here.
Oh, ho, ho.
Foul on the Saints.
Nice aggressive play. I actually thought that was pretty clean, but the man in stripes disagrees. please.
Tyson doesn't like the call either. His second. A little perspiration on the court. So we're going to do a little maintenance, a little court maintenance here. Get the Zamboni out.
It just means I feel like this quarter is taking about as long as the first half has.
I think you're right.
Wait, this is still the third quarter?
Yeah, I just kept looking
we
up.
Could have
like,
played an entire JV game by now, just in this quarter alone.
Right? Johnny Adams at the line, shooting 2, has 14 points tonight. That one's right through. Pretty shot. We've mentioned it a couple times. Just say it again. When it's that nice, you just got to call it out.
You do. It was as smooth as the referee's travel call earlier. That was like butter.
Riceville in the bonus for the next minute, 34. Adams makes 1 of 2. Suisao thought about the 3 instead. Works the ball around. Is this Wyoming?
No,
that's a call I hear a lot. 24, Wyoming. I'm sure they're all super secret codes and probably mean different things at different times.
One thing I know, Joe, when you hear 28, it's points.
At 28 is points. I love 28. It's been my favorite.
Travel.
Travile. It's Italian. Saints basketball.
I have always wondered that. Whenever you're playing basketball against someone else, like, why do we not know exactly what the play is whenever they call it out? Like it's
because in baseball or football or anything, we'd disguise it, right?
Yeah.
We would change it. We'd make it something different. We'd have fun with it. In basketball, it's just the same. It always means the same thing. Offensive foul on Suisao is the call. So Jace picks up his third foul of the night. With a minute to go in the third quarter, he's going to take a seat so as not to pick up a 4th here in the third.
Somebody is doing an inappropriate amount of perspiring. This is the second cleanup of the floor.
What'd you just say?
Inappropriate perspiration is the call.
I was panicking for a second. Inappropriate what? What is happening? I thought maybe the chat, we've had issues with that. I was like, oh no. What's happening?
It's a perspiration problem.
It's an inappropriate amount of perspiration.
That's another one of those words like.
Perspiration?
Yeah.
Or inappropriate. Oh, off of his own foot.
That was a trick move.
And
that ball absolutely on the line. Now his foot is. Neither one of them's called. And it'll be Riceville basketball.
That was a toe not over the line. Like
we got a great view of that right here.
The ball was over the line, and then the toe was over the line.
That's awesome.
That's a pretty good play until, well, hey, nice job.
Grabs that from the ground somehow.
That was, I'm going to give that one to Avocado himself.
Yes.
Avocado.
Yes, sir. Guacamole.
That's the guacamole.
Push that one. That one was
back.
bouncing out of bounds. He was able to sneak past, push it back into Schnabel, keep that ball alive for the Saints.
10 seconds left in this third quarter. Now they go inside to Clevenger. Shot up.
Beautiful job, Clevenger.
Saints lead by
stolen.
Winnie a shot.
Oh, so close.
Does not go at the buzzer. 40-24. The Saints have taken a commanding lead here into the fourth quarter.
Guacamole on that last one steals the inbound pass, and they nearly get 2 more points out of it. Heading to the fourth with a 16-point lead. These cheerleaders are shooting T-shirts again, I think.
Can't get enough. Here we go.
I don't know if they do a test fire. I don't know what that was to start right there, but there it is. This is the culprit. If you're wondering, what is that thing that threw a T-shirt at my head?
It was that thing.
Oh, my goodness.
Way to the back row. They've got this thing dialed in.
They kind of do. Oh, and then there was that.
Announcers jinx works again.
It's 100% at least today.
It is.
That's a kid size right there. I don't know.
Is that the deal? The kid sizes just don't fly quite far.
You have to, there's a certain way you have to fold them anyway, but it does absolutely need to completely stuff up the inside of that barrel. If it lets any air pass at all, it's going to do that, and it's just going to kind of flop that thing out of there. It happens.
I got you.
There's a science to it.
There's definitely science to it. You tried working that thing last year. You were part of figuring that thing out last year.
I got one stuck in the ceiling somehow.
You think it's still up there?
No, we got it down.
With another T-shirt?
With a football.
Did you shoot a football?
No, we threw it.
Okay, because there was a football that we were shooting out of that thing.
No,
wasn't
no,
there?
it wasn't the. Yeah. The mini football.
Yeah. Be interesting to shoot a major one.
Final in Iowa City. Iowa State 89, Iowa 80.
Joe Carlson chiming in with that at the very same time you're saying it.
Oh, really?
Let's finish this with the Saints triumph, he says.
All right. Be a good night for Joel Carlson. Another Iowa State fan, I believe. The 3 for Smith. Gunner style Smith.
You got to move.
And the Wildcats slap some pressure on. They need stops and points. Captain Obvious.
Saints need to slow it down here.
For sure. Do.
No.
The shots better be good if they're going to take them.
Clevenger gets a good shot on a putback after the rebound from Heeman, but neither goes. Here comes Riceville. Bodies flying around inside.
That's a nice shot by number 5.
Aiden Ebert, the senior. He's got 4 tonight, I believe. Oh, Schwiesow turns it over. Riceville can cut the lead to single digits.
Travel.
Travel is the call.
They've got that down to a T.
Your updated scoring looks like this. Heeman with 9, the Clevenger with 8. Schwiesow with 8, question mark, is that right? There?
It is correct.
All right, and 6 for Klein. Mully's got a bucket.
I don't know why Jace stopped on that. I thought he had a clear path to get across court, but maybe I didn't see something that he saw.
So, I don't know if this is what the Saints are going to talk about, but I'm seeing this.
Okay.
When they get it to one side, so let's say they get to the right side on our side of the court, the guy diagonal from him is wide open every time.
Gotcha. So maybe that's, we get a timeout here. Let's talk this over. Here's an idea. Gotcha. Who will have the basketball? I missed the action down there. I was making a couple of notes. So it's a full timeout for the Saints. After this timeout, is it Saint basketball? Or
it have to be if they
basketball?
Yeah, if they did the timeout.
They did. They gave the time.
Ball.
Yes. Okay, gotcha. So it'll be Saints basketball with 6:52 to go. The Saints lead by 11. They led by 16 nary a moment to go. It felt like. Anyway.
Yeah, and I think the Riceville might be asking themselves, like, why weren't we playing like this, like the whole game? Because it seems like when they need the stops, they're getting the stops. And I think it's a good timeout call.
Yep.
Great. The Saints do not have the ball.
So whose timeout was it?
It was Saints
timeout. I think it was Saints timeout, but it was like no one wasn't in control of it.
One
it
of
was
those
like
no possession thingies. Got it. The Wildcats break the press and look to score quickly. Instead, they turn it over.
Behind you, Mr. Klein.
Now slow it down here.
6.5 minutes to go. Slow down is probably a wise idea.
Slow it down.
Saints happy to use a lot of that clock. We'll try to keep you updated as they burn it here. Just passing under 15 seconds on the shot clock. Heeman inside, backs down his man, lays it up, and
Great
in.
shot, Heeman.
Derek Heeman has 11.
So we got a man press now.
Johnny Adams lays it up, no good. Foul on Clevenger. Adams go to the line to shoot 2. (42-29). Your Saints have a 13-point lead. 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter here. Adams at the line. First one's up and good. It gives him 16 on the night. Made up for that slow start has Adams. He now has 17 points. Averages 29 in their first 4 games.
Connor Moore back in the right place at the right time there.
Oh.
Heeman's shot won't go. Mullenbeck gets the rebound, but his shot won't fall. Riceville gets the rebound, and they are fouled.
He-Man pleading his case on that. I thought it was going to be travel, perhaps, but
That's what He-Man wanted. Instead, he gets called for the foul, and Aiden Ebert will inbound. Heeman's got 3 fouls. Schwiesau's playing with 3 fouls. So not in foul trouble yet, but one more apiece, and we would officially call that foul trouble. For 3, Smith, no good. Rebound, Heeman. Derek Heeman has played very well tonight as well. After missing that Osage game with an injury, you can tell the Saints missed him.
No look pass there from Heeman.
Mullenback for 3. No good. Rebound.
Oh.
Smith, or Adams, excuse me. Foul called on the Saints.
That might be against He-Man.
Give that one to Heeman. That's 4, and he'll have to come out. Announcer Jinx works again. We should start using it for our good instead of evil. Shouldn't we? You know, like we could say the other team's going to do something.
Probably should.
Man, we're doing really well tonight. That's 4 comments that have all gone the wrong way.
I tell you what, on that play though, that ball to me looked a little bit like a free-for-all. Like I'm surprised they didn't just let that one play out.
Tough one. Yep.
I don't know what you saw on that.
They're going to give Schwiesau his 4th, now 2. So now Schwiesau's going to have to take a chair.
I am I'm gauging the response of Riceville's coach and feeling like he was given an early Christmas gift.
Yeah.
And he knows it.
This 11-point lead is not very comfortable at this point with 2 of your main scorers and ball handlers on the bench, and now every foul's 2 shots from here forward for the Wildcats.
That'll be a foul on number 13.
13, Blake Bethke, just a freshman. Saw him play really, really well in the JV game. Let's get a little action here in the varsity game as well. Mullenback inbound to Klein. Klein turns it over. Easy bucket for Smith. And the Saints lead is down to 9. Good job breaking the press that time. Kick balls, stay with the Saints. Squire wants them to slow down, pleading with the men to slow down.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, don't need to take a wild shot with 31 seconds on the shot clock when you have a 9-point lead in the 4th quarter. Gavin wanted to shoot it. His dad's head would have exploded.
Oh, yes, it would have.
Had he done that, so he thought better of it. Good decision by the sophomore not to shoot that one. Jump ball is the call after the tussle between Tony and Ebert.
I don't recall you using tussle, but this is the second time tonight.
I must have heard the word tussle in a podcast. I drove for hours today, it felt like. So,
Joel Carlson, thanks for chiming in. He says when the clock is stopped, anybody can call timeout.
Thank you, Joel Carlson.
Man, where would we be without that?
They tried to give it to the other team because they knew the Saints rule about jump balls, but Squire told them
they couldn't be.
It's not.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
It is what
Did it
happened.
actually happen that way?
Win their second jump ball out of 11 tonight.
Oh, Schnabel.
Schneebly. Ned Schneebly with the bucket. Anthony Schnabel, actually.
Not Ned Schneebly?
No, he has multiple names here.
That was
Saints
very
TV.
close to over and back.
It was very close. I thought he was going to accidentally pass it back.
He turns it over anyway. Saints basketball.
Saints still leading by 11. Although this has gotten to be a long quarter as well, and the points just aren't coming on the board the way
That's
we'd
what
normally
we needed
expect.
to do the whole time.
Schwiesau and Heeman back out there for the last 4 minutes. Both of them playing with 4 fouls. So they will play smartly.
Night Owl, do you think a referee knows that a kid's playing with 4 fouls and takes it a little easier on them or anything like that?
Turnaround jumper won't go for Heeman.
I don't.
That's the
I
fair
think
way.
they know. I don't think they take it easy on him. But I do think they know.
That was almost a tough bucket.
Won't go for Adams. That is somehow Saints basketball.
Well, I heard Ned Schneebly say, let it go, let it go.
So he saw the tip.
He saw
and
something.
got it,
Yep.
as did the official.
No, they
Coach,
definitely tipped it. I don't.
Now we're going to have a discussion.
Oh, so Glenn's role is to be like the decider? Is that? I mean, he's wearing the stripes over there, running the scoreboard, whatever. Do they literally go to Glenn and say, what did you see? Like, fix this?
I don't know, to be honest with you, what this discussion is about.
There's a discussion we're talking about right there.
He went over and talked to a Squire first, and now he's over talking with the Riceville coach. They haven't addressed anything with the kids or anything, so it must be. Okay, I'm not sure what that's about. We'll see if that changes anything in the end of this game in terms of calls. Squire was unhappy about, I think that's this new flop rule thing that we're talking about.
We haven't seen it called yet.
We have not, and I think he wanted it called there. And I think perhaps they're warning the Riceville coach, like, hey, it's enough of that.
Hey, mister.
Hey, mister.
Good move by Heeman.
Heeman does a great job of drawing the foul, and he gets the bucket. Ice in his veins. Gives the Saints a 13-point lead. Just when things were starting to get out of hand, Heeman takes back over. How many points does young Mr. Heeman have tonight? Their Night Owl.
13.
13 on the night for Heeman. None bigger than those two. But don't count Riceville out just yet. The three-pointer is good. And with 2:46 to go, the lead is 10.
I believe he has 20 points tonight. Is that number 10? That's a number 10.
No, 11 made that
11.
one.
That's 11 points.
Gunnar Smith. Yep, I think he has 11. He's number 11. I think he has 11. Leading scorer for the Wildcats is number 10, Johnny Adams.
Number 11 with 11 points with 1 foul. You got 5 ones up there.
5 ones.
Wow. It's meant to be. You think we'll stop him? You think we'll hold him to that?
Yeah, what kind of conversation's happening over there in the Saints huddle right now? Carson, if you had to guess, what are we talking about?
Slow down.
Just a bunch of pace and tempo stuff?
Yeah. Looks like we're going over something over the on the old whiteboard too. Which
does that mean we're drawing up a play or some defense or a press?
I think he's just explaining what we need to do with the press better, because lately we have not been we haven't been slicing through it as well as we did before.
They put 5 seconds back on the clock. So I'm going to do the same. So if you see time going in reverse, that's why. You're not in the matrix. Heeman gets it across.
Ooh, that's going to be over and back.
Sure should be, right? And it is. We never know what over and back is here on Saints TV, so we got one right. There, Candle Genius, credit to you. We are now 1 and 432 on understanding an over and back.
Joel Carlson said he did make the flopping symbol.
So that was the warning.
The call. That was the warning.
Okay. Thank you, Joel. See, again, what would we do without Joel Carlson?
We would not be Saints TV. We'd be Aints TV.
See what you did there.
Thank you, Joel.
I'm not sure about that one.
I'll keep trying.
This dad's mission in life is to make as many jokes as possible.
That's travel.
Riceville. That'll do it. 10-point lead, 2:29 to go, Saints basketball.
He's pointing at his foot like it did not just slide across the ground.
Mel didn't like the tone, and he said, young man, come here. Let's have a discussion about your tone.
Is that true?
Yeah, he sure did. He just kind of gave him the old, hey, we're not going to do that.
Slow down. We got to slow down now.
So Saints will pass it around to what, about 10 seconds again?
I'm pretty sure this play has been in Saints basketball since the beginning of time.
Is this 5 out?
This is called 24.
24. The 3 from Schwiesau won't go.
That looked a little too easy.
Knifes in, cuts the lead
Good
to
pass.
8. Heeman's shot won't go, but he is fouled. Derek Heeman will go to the line to shoot 2. Him and Schwiesau, remember, are playing with 4 fouls. Both of them playing really well and under control here in these last couple of minutes. 2 shots for Heeman. The foul's on Bethke, his second. That one is good. Give Heeman 14 for the night. Your leading scorer for the Saints. Schwiesau checks out. Schnabel checks in. SCH for SCH. Both of them go in for Mr. Heeman, and the Saints have a 10-point advantage. They call the timeout here. Timeout, Saints, a full timeout. Minute 46 to go. The Saints are setting up their defense over there, talking about, all right, this is a time management clock kind of game, right? This is a game, a 10-point lead with a minute 46 to go, right? This is if we play our game, we win this game 100 times out of 100. This is a game you need to win.
There should be no
right?
reason that you should lose
Correct.
this game.
So it is, here's the things we're not going to do, right? Because we lose this game by going too fast, by turning it over, by committing fouls, by, all of those things. So I'm sure that's what this discussion is we're going to play sound basketball for a minute 46, and we will win this basketball game. Put themselves in position to do that?
Realistically, we should have the ball for 2 or 3 possessions here, and the game should be over. They shouldn't even have enough chances to score enough points.
You got it. The only way they can is if we make silly mistakes, right? Yeah. And that's the conversation you're having right now as a coach and a player in your own head of, all right, let's just be smart. We got Winia out there for the Saints, along with Schnabel, Klein, Mullenbeck, and Clevenger. Travel is the call.
Clevenger, it was not quite so smooth in his travel call.
He needs to work on his travel call.
But very excited, very energetic. For sure. And a lot of fun to watch.
Gotta love it. Lots of time here. Good passes.
Oof.
They do just that.
Saints will attempt to run through 20 seconds of shot clock here.
My clock is malfunctioning here on the scoreboard. I'm going to try to get you caught up here. I apologize.
Oh, shot missed. Foul is the call. And who was that on? Night Owl, did you catch it?
I didn't see who it was on, but
they'll flash it up on the board. They give it to Adams, his third. So it'll be Saints basketball.
He's got 19 points.
19 on the night. For Johnny Adams, number 10.
So the foul was on the floor. I thought it was in the shot.
4 fouls on both teams now. So the next one for either team will create 2 free throws. Foul called there. That will send Gavin Squire to the line to shoot 2.
I think now this game's decided on if we make our free throws or not.
Yep, another one of those things you have to do right here to close out these games. Squire, Ice Water Squire, we call him.
We didn't jinx it that time.
I didn't jinx it that time.
Didn't even jinx
Well,
it that time.
that's good. It's clever. You give the kid a name, right?
Yeah, maybe that's what we got to do. You just.
That might be a strategy.
Might be.
Ice
Lots
Water
of
Squire.
Yeah, Ice Water Squire with his second one on the way. Oh, but what can you do if you miss a free throw? What makes it okay? You just get the rebound. And he's fouled again. And we'll go to the line with an opportunity
again
to ice this one. I'm going to say it. I'm going to call it. Minute 4 officially left. It is not quarter number 5. I don't know what's going on with the scoreboard, if it's my keyboard or what, but we're gonna get that fixed.
The phalanges.
I don't even know why it has a quarter number 5. What?
That's a great point.
It's like that reminds me of when Big Dill said, "How many quarters of this basketball game are there?"
Are there, right? Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. 5. I don't know, dog. What do you compare it to? Oh, volleyball.
Yeah, you compare it to volleyball because there's nets on each side.
Right. Yeah. Squire misses the first. second one won't go in. Rebound, Wildcats. Johnny Adams drives in the lane.
That's a
lays
nice
it up and in.
drive. He busts through some bodies on that one.
The lead is 9.
Connor Mullenback just dribbling through the defense.
And he's fouled. 47 seconds officially on the clock. Connor Mullenback at the line to shoot 2. Saints have made 1 of their last 4 free throws after Carson said they needed to make them. So I'm not placing blame, but if you wanted to blame someone, I would select Carson.
Night Owl. Let's go with Night Owl.
Night Owl, so he can remain anonymous.
Molly's going to miss this one.
Anonymous Night Owl.
We're going with the reverse announcer jinx.
You can't say it.
You can't say it.
You
It's
can't?
unfortunate.
Oh,
It's unfortunate.
what?
I'm looking at the script. He's going to miss it.
That one's on Joe now. That one's on Joe.
But the
Clevenger
rebound,
gets the rebound.
and
It's
another
okay.
foul.
It's okay.
This is going to put Clevenger
Everything's
at
fine.
the line.
Everything's fine.
It's fine. We lost a second of time on the clock or whatever that was.
What bad things do you want to say about Clevenger so that he'll make them? Come up with something, and I won't reverse jinx it.
Slim's falling off so much.
Nailed it. That a baby. Night Owl
There's the first one.
wills it in. Clevenger buries the first one. And the second
with
one.
a real Slim Shady. Please stand up.
I love it. Nice pass they had, but
blocked it
the
too.
Clevenger says, I got it.
Was it a block or was it a...
He blocked that.
Foul called yet again. The Saints will go to the line.
I believe they say it's a Clevenger level threat.
Oh.
Jeez.
Okay. 35 and a half seconds officially. We don't have half seconds on our scoreboard, so you're going to have to go with 36. We round up.
Good luck.
51-40. Tyson Klein at the line. Trying to add to his 6 points tonight. That one won't go.
I think it's your turn. What are we going to say now?
I think I'm just going to stay out of the prediction business because it hasn't gone well for me.
Those cheerleaders right there, I think the cheer that they just made was the cheer he needed.
That's what he needed. All right.
Watch. This is no jinx. Watch. Bam, baby. I told you.
You're right.
Cheerleaders don't lie.
You're right. Klein makes 1 of 2 timeout on the court as we get substitutions. So not an official timeout, just making substitutions here.
And a shoe tie for good luck.
Saints lead is 12 here with 35 and a half seconds to go. Adams.
Oof. Good defense.
Yeah.
Self-sacrifice. Really, really nice three-point shot.
Adams makes the 3, an immediate timeout by the Wildcats. Full timeout. 25.1 seconds to go. 9-point lead. We've kind of gone back and forth between 9 and 12 here in the last couple of minutes. Every time the Saints stretch it back to 12, Riceville comes down, drains a 3. Seems to be the rhythm of the basketball game here, but the Saints have done what they needed to do to maintain that lead. They'll have the ball here with 25 seconds to go. Good night of basketball here in St. Ansgar. Really good JV game won by the Wildcats. And this game's been a back and forth affair.
Yeah, we expected to get. You were looking at the stats coming into this, and I would say for the Saints defense to hold these guys to 43 points so far in this one, that's a big win.
That's exactly right. Yeah, this team averaged 73 points a night coming in their first 4 games. So for the Saints defense has done good work tonight. Squire. Stolen away briefly, but again, Ebert standing on the line.
That was solid, aggressive defense on that one.
Good, clean defense.
Saints maintain possession. Shot clock is off with 22 seconds.
Look up. Easy look.
There he is.
That
good
is
pass.
Easy points. Just like Night Owl says, oh, jeez. Suiza on the steal.
Gets the steal and the bucket. And that'll do it. Foul called first, but with under 6 seconds left in this one. The Saints stretch the lead to 13 on a Klein bucket, followed by a Schwiesau steal and bucket. It's 56-43. They give Klein the foul there, and Adams will go to the line to shoot 2 here. He's had a good night.
Give Saints a lot of credit for their aggressive defense on that. You know, they didn't lay off. They just stuck right in there and grabbed that inbound pass, lay it up in there for Schwiesau. Cheerleaders saying rebound, rebound. That's just good coaching.
The second one goes in for Adams as well. The lead is 10. 5.9 seconds to go. Schwiesau can dribble it out down here, and that'll do it. The Saints move to 2-1 on the season with a 56-46 win over the Riceville Wildcats. Nice night for the Saints here. Heeman leads the Saints with 15, 16. He's not on there. We're going to have to guess something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Had a good night. Lots of Saints with points. I think we ended up with 8 guys with at least 1 basket tonight. Saints spread it around tonight, played really good. The difference in this game was defense. We talked about 100%. The offensive strength of Riceville and this Wildcat team coming in versus the defensive strength of your Saints. And the defense wins. Defense wins championships, I guess. Here you go. What do you see tonight there, Night Owl?
Yeah, just like you said. Like, I think you said Saints averaging 40 points a game. Now, today,
56-point output.
16 more than they have averaging. And you said Wildcats have been averaging 70.
Yep. And they held so they held them all over 25 points under their average and beat ours by over 15.
Yeah.
That'll work. That worked. That's what you needed to do tonight. You knew defensively, or at least we hoped anyway, that we'd be able to limit some of what they've done against teams that they've played. The question was, could we do enough offensively? And the Saints found it a little bit tonight. Found our offense, just I think to be real plain about it, struggled those first couple of games offensively, trying to find the groove in that lineup, and looks like we did it tonight.
I think a lot of it was the Saints' defense was kind of a great offense for them tonight too. They just got a lot of steals under the bucket and easy putbacks.
That's a great point, that sometimes that solid defense creates some of your offense, right? When you don't have to go through the entire process to make it work the hard way, you can get a couple of easy baskets that gets you fired up and gets you started. We saw that tonight. And the Saints come away with their second victory of the season, 2-1 start on the season. And back at it again tomorrow night, right here in St. Ansgar. Candle Genius, am I right on that?
You got it thrown up here a little couple puppy emojis here from Dylan Hansen. Thank you for throwing those.
Those aren't puppies; those are dogs. DADDG.
All
or
right,
something.
well, whatever. Well, then I didn't do what he wanted me to do, so I put it up there again so you could correct me.
Was that after we said the volleyball thing? That happened to be after.
It might have been. No, I think it just showed up, but maybe. The dogs got it. Well, I see puppies everywhere. Everywhere I see puppies. But yeah, so tomorrow night we got a quad, and then we will be in Lake Mills on Saturday for another quad. That one starts at 2:00 p.m. So you want to be there for that. If not, there will be Saints TV for that. And then, of course, a whole new week will start on Monday, and we don't have those up yet. So stay tuned for that. Check out Bound. Check out the school's website. But I know next week we're playing Nashua. Actually, we'll be streaming from Nashua next week. Joe, will you be streaming with us in Nashua?
Yes, sir.
Please say yes. Please say yes.
I will be there.
A nice invitation from Nashua to come on along and stream over there. So we're excited to be able to do it.
What? I know.
Haven't done that.
Thank you. Thank you to the Huskies and Nashua Plainfield for allowing that. We are much appreciative of that. One other thing I will say, let's fill this place up tomorrow night. Get here tomorrow night against this North Butler Bearcat team. Let's create a little home court advantage of our own here in St. Ansgar. These boys and girls teams, all 4 of them need you here. So get here if you can tomorrow night. If you can't, there's Saints TV for that.
You got it. Thanks for joining us. Candle Genius here with Not Your Average Joe and Night Owl. And we will see you tomorrow night. Thank you for joining us.